All right, y'all. I just got kicked off the Sir Ale Speaks program. Don't worry. I went over there. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I know that they're going to say that, but just because I was telling a little bit of truth about Brother Kevin Samuels, those capers over there decided to kick me off the program, which is cool. There's no problem. It's their program. But I'm telling y'all, they say they want to tell it. They say they want the truth. They don't want the truth. You don't want the truth, because if you wanted the truth, you would have let me finish my statement. I was why you don't even know me. You think I was gonna disrespect the man on the day that he passed away? Only thing I said was I was describing the point of contention that I had with the man. But you guys want to kick me off and kick me out the studio? That's cool, no problem. Sir Ale, I'll never be on your platform again. I'll never go on your platform again. You don't need to worry about me ever going on your platform again. I'm sorry I walked into that echo chamber, but y'all was giving out bad advice. You said Malcolm, the nation told Malcolm not to speak. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm to not speak against, just like what y'all thought y'all was doing with me. He told Malcolm, don't say anything about the death of President Kennedy. And because he disobeyed that instruction, he was disciplined. Just like any other organization, they can discipline their members. Now, Malcolm decided he wasn't going to stay and he wasn't going to be a part of the organization anymore because he didn't like the fact that he got disciplined. That was on him. For those of y'all just joining me, these busters on the Sir Ale Speaks platforms, and I'm talking about the men kicked me off of there. The men kicked me off of there. For what? I said nothing disparaging about Kevin Samuels. I said some issues that I had with him, but I never disrespected the man because I said, oh, he said this and he said that. What was the truth? It was the contentions I had with him, but I never thought the man was a bad man. I never said I thought he was a bad man. I said, this is what I disagree with him about. And these Negroes are over here talking about, we're going to tell the truth. We're going to tell the truth. Okay, so I'm telling the truth. The man was saying that it was okay for people to be in adulterous relationships because the man was making money. What's going on, Rico? I'm furious because they kicked me off of there. The only reason why I went over to that buster ass place was because they started talking. I was flipping by there and I heard them talking about Malcolm, giving out some badass advice about Malcolm. So that's what I wanted to correct up. It's over there. It's a madhouse over there. It's run like a swine shop. People yelling and screaming on top of each other. It's not no order nowhere. It's the exact opposite of the way we run our program over here, me and Rico. Exact opposite. It's a free-for-all. Men and women. It's a fucking talking orgy. It's a what do you call it? It's a linguistic orgy. Any motherfucker can talk over any motherfucker over there. Y'all gotta excuse me because I'm very upset. I couldn't believe they kicked me off of there. For what? Oh, you ain't respectful. He died today. Man, I know he died today. But y'all telling me, oh, we gonna tell the truth, but we can't tell the truth about the man. We can't tell the truth. That all these niggas is out there saying, oh, tell the truth. We telling the truth. Yeah, that buster ass program, Sir Ale Speaks, Anderson the Great. If you really want to see a functioning mouth orgy, go over there. Go over there and watch that bullshit they got over there. They're calling content. I should have known. I should have never stepped my foot over on the Super Friends. I should have never done it. I was over there. Rico, you know me, brother. I sat there for about 30 minutes. I didn't say nothing. I'm watching this verbal orgy. Men talking over the men, women talking over the women. I'm watching it. It's complete chaos. Nobody giving nobody no room to do nothing. Okay, so when I start telling the truth, like they said, they said, hey, we gonna tell the truth. Fuck them. Fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck them. I don't care if they see it or not. Fuck them. You ain't got to worry about me coming over there to your program. You ain't got to worry about me coming over your program. I'll never be over on that trash ass shit again. You kicked me off for telling the truth? Man, fuck y'all. Y'all keep it. Keep it. Basically, you saying, hey, it's lies. We only want lies over here. Well, why the fuck you didn't tell me that in the first place? I would have never said nothing. Hey, we only want people that's going to tell a fucking lie on Kevin Samuels today. Okay, why the fuck you didn't say it in the first place? I would have never jumped on your motherfucking platform in the first place. Those busters over there on Sir Ale SKeetz, Daryl. Those busters over there on Sir Ale SKeetz. All I did was go up there and say, first of all, let me tell you how it happened. Black Man Unfiltered, right? One of the biggest capers out there was saying, once again, the Super Friends giving out badass advice, badass information, was out there saying, oh, the nation told Malcolm not to speak. He was only given that instruction because to save his life. The Honorable Muhammad told him, don't say anything against the death of the president. Don't mention the president. The people love him. Don't even mention him. And Malcolm was tearing John Kennedy's ass up. He called John Kennedy the fox. He called John Kennedy the fox. He said the F stand for fox. He was ripping John Kennedy a new asshole for about a year and a half, 2 years. Ripping John Kennedy's ass open. So when he passed away, the Honorable Muhammad told Malcolm, don't say nothing about the president. Don't make no statements about him. For his own safety. Minister Malcolm X disobeyed that instruction and got disciplined for that. He decided he was too big for the discipline of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He was going to go out on his own. He's a grown man. What can we do? But I was trying to get that story straight. You right, Rico. They speak not what they know. I was hot like fish grease. Not only did they pull me down, Rico, not only did they tell me to be quiet, all of those caping ass niggas up there, they told me to be quiet. Then on top of that, they pulled me down. Then on top of that, they kicked me out the studio. Buster ass niggas, they kicked me out the studio. They some busters. Man, yo, I was, because Von Bryan came around, I was like, hey, Von, man, let me extend the same courtesy to them, right? I mean, if Vaughn can come here, we welcome Vaughn over here, right? I go over there, man. They kick me out the motherfucking studio. For what? Rico, they kicked me out for telling the truth. For telling the truth. Did Kevin Samuels sanction say, if you make a lot of money, the woman should expect adulterous behavior from the man? Did he say it or did he not say it? I know, Rico. I know. See, that's why I'm laying out my own narrative. These buster ass dudes. Let me give it to you, Rico. Shout out, Sister Risa. Shout out, Brother Anderson. I apologize to y'all, man. This one's going to be an ugly one because I'm very upset with these people. They're going to come out here now because they telling me, hey, Kevin Samuels, he just passed today. What did I say? You go back and look on, shout out, Brother Anderson. You go back and look at what I said. Go back and watch their stream. Watch that buster-ass stream tomorrow. Maybe they even cut it out. They, you know how they get down over there. Oh, the video just disappeared. Your part just disappeared. That just disappeared, right? These buster-ass motherfuckers. I'm sorry, y'all, man. Maybe I'll calm down a little bit later. Shout out to Rico. What's going on, Rick?
You're going to keep me on the fucking couch, ain't you?
I told you I was going. I said, if Rico see me up, he'll come up.
I'm like, Lord have mercy. I guess it's going to be me and the dog again. It's going to be me and the dog again.
Man, so look here.
Yeah.
Shout out to the missus, to the queen. I'm sorry, but I had to. What happened, Rico? I was just passing by. I saw that black man unfiltered was giving out some bad information about Brother Malcolm. My only purpose was to go in there and correct that and leave. Didn't they ask the question while I was waiting? Because I don't know if you ever been over there.
No, I haven't.
It is a verbal orgy, bro. Everybody's talking over everybody. Everybody's on top of everybody. It's a verbal orgy over there, right? No order, no nothing, right? Only thing is, if you ain't kissing the ring, they kick you out of there.
Yep.
So they kick me out. So I didn't want them to say, oh well, they're gonna spin a narrative and say, well, he was being disrespectful. How? Only thing I told was things I had an issue with. You know what they said? Oh, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that here, Brooke. We're not gonna do that. Do what? I asked the question. I said, what are we doing? Then Sir Ale SKeetz, who was hiding behind his avatar, said, oh, I'm gonna have to start letting people taking people down. We're not gonna do that here. Do what? Then that punk ass AR said, oh, well, you being disrespectful. Of what? Negro, I'm just telling you the truth. Man, 5 minutes before, Rico, they said, oh, we tell the truth. We tell the truth. We tell the truth.
AR came at you like that?
Bro, I told you, Rico, they all busters. I told you these dudes
but
are
you know what, though? You know what,
busters.
Clarence, you know what? You know what surprises me? Well, first of all, obviously, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Okay, so first of all,
I'm starting to sweat in this sweatshirt.
Okay. Well, let me say this. First of all, I'm sorry you had to experience that, but I'm not surprised. You go to spaces that I won't go because they ain't ready for me, and I usually
don't go there either.
And I just stay out of those spaces because, like you said, they are echo chambers. They do look for that. And again, as I've always said when we had the earlier conversation today, I think you and we spoke pretty frank. I'm older. I mean, I'm still sitting here like now saying, okay, I have no verified proof or evidence of the man's demise. So if in fact it's true, I think we just all taking it. Everything I look up, it says rumor. Maybe they do have information. Of course, I would be the last Negro that they would tell, and that's fine. But at no point in time, did I, or anyone, and I know that I contact or communicate, would wish this. However, nonetheless, as you stated, the man, and again, I'm not here to throw any salt on anybody's wounds, so I'm trying to, parse my words and be careful. I mean, they say when we pass, we are remembered according to how we lived. And if I remember how Mr. Samuels lived, from my brief remembrance of him, there was a lot of challenging things that he said that was very horrible, that was very hurtful to people of my community. And I just can't ignore and dismiss it because of his unfortunate demise. Now, I don't think it's disrespectful to acknowledge that and to admit that. I think if anything,
Hey,
we're being
Rico.
Mhm.
They asked the question. They asked the question. It wasn't me going up there saying, I wouldn't have said nothing if they hadn't asked the question.
I wouldn't care if they asked it or not. They should have been prepared, Clarence, crystal clear. That you cannot have an expectation that if a person lived a controversial life, he took some positions that were highly controversial within the community, then
Correct.
yes, it should be expected. I'm sorry. If you don't, if you know, we're not talking about a 10-year-old kid who lived a life of innocence and didn't have a chance. This was a 50-something-year-old man. He stated his positions and he stood by them. Okay. And that's fine. And I'm not one to judge, but I do have my opinion, and as I'm still here, I will get to state my opinions on those statements, the same in his passing as I did when he was here. So at no point am I going to turn around and say, now that he passed, that all of a sudden some of those vitriolic statements are good. No, they were horrible when he said them and he was here. They're horrible in his passing. The statements were fucking trash. Now, that doesn't mean in
I never
any
said nothing
way.
against the man.
No,
I
I'm talking
never
about
said
the
nothing against him.
statements. No, Clarence, this is me. I'm talking about the statements. And this is what his supporters are going to have to come to. But I'm saying this is what his supporters are going to have to come to grips with is the people. I don't think there's anybody. Yes, there are people on certain spaces that's celebrating it. There are always people that just going to
Yeah,
celebrate
man.
somebody's demise. I get that. I get that.
Who would
But
celebrate something like that?
people
That's
do.
stupid.
We just know a small core people do. I would never do that. However, if I speak out against your statements when you're living, I'm going to speak out against your statements when you're
Right?
gone. It's your statements. Okay. You can't say I hate black people and then you die. Oh, well, it's okay to hate black people. Fuck no. If it was wrong when you said it when you were living, it's going to be wrong when you're gone. And I'm not going to modulate my position on your trash ass statements because of your demise. I'm not doing that. So it's unfortunate that, yes, I can understand that his supporters, and I'm giving them the space to go ahead, get your little mourning on, this, that, whatever. That's fine. But if the statements come up, I'm going to attack the statement with the same veracity that I did when the person who said it was here, because it's the statement that's problematic. So telling women to buy a dog and die alone is a horrible, fucked up statement. The fact that he's gone doesn't make it any less horrible.
Hey,
Okay.
bro.
Like you said, when you made the statement about telling men that, high value men can exercise options and cheat, it was a horrible fucking statement. He was here. It's a horrible fucking statement that he's gone. None of that changes that these statements was horrible and fucked up. And unfortunately, he's no longer here, if I believe it, to have a chance to say, because, well, I'll take that back, because a lot of people
Rico.
before their last days, they look
Rico.
back on you look at George Wallace, all the shit he said about black people. And then after he got paralyzed and before he died, what did he say? I was wrong and I was sorry.
Wait a minute. But I'm gonna put my narrative out there today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I never went over there to troll them, because I know that's what those punk motherfuckers are gonna say. I was over there trying to troll them. I wasn't trying to troll them. I wasn't trying. I'm getting out because they I know they're gonna try and say, spin it like I was trying to troll those people. I didn't try to troll them at all. All I did was go over there. They asked the question about Kevin Samuels. I answered it. And then I said, oh, you know what? Let me say this other thing as well to add to my statement. They tell me, oh, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing what? We ain't doing what? I asked him. I said, what are we not? What am I doing? I never tried to offend the man. I didn't troll him when he was here. I didn't come over here to troll you. I actually came over here because you guys was giving out bad information about the nation, and I wanted to correct that. But I see that was the wrong place to go. I knew it was, but you know what? Some kind of way, I felt like, man, you know what? If I could just say this part right here and get off the thing, I'll be cool. I didn't know. I had no idea they would kick me off. Now here this chick, Raw B, is out here and she is going at Black Man Unfiltered. She's telling him all this stuff about how Kevin Samuels was wrong and how Kevin Samuels is telling men to be buster dudes and still stepping to women. No problem. At the end of it, you know what they said?
What?
I'm like, this man was right there. Now, Marcus, you tell him. Marcus, was I offensive at all? And I will take your honest opinion. If you say yes, I'll say okay.
Well,
did I say something? Did I disrespect that man? Did you see me have the intent to disrespect that man?
To be honest, no. Not from my point of view, I didn't.
Okay, that's all I want, because I did not have the intent to disrespect the man. Marcus was right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to speak up there when they let me up, but I lost service. That's why I came over here, because I struggle stream.
Okay. Now, you saw them kick me off, Marcus. Now, in your opinion, why did they kick me off of there?
It wasn't Sir Ale SKeetz' words. I believe he said, I know that we can have criticism, but not today. And then they kicked you down because, people were on the other side. Before you said anything, they were already arguing about Kevin Samuels. It just so happens that it was your turn to speak, and then they kicked you down. Did they let the girl Rob B say all this different stuff about the man? Yes or no? Yeah.
Okay. Now, so obviously it was something that had to do with me, not her. Am I right or am I wrong?
Probably.
Okay. Because they kicked, not only did they pull me, not only did they tell me, oh, we're not doing this. Not only did they do that, they didn't even say to me, hey, Clarence, I don't know if you know this, but we don't want to get into the man's, why don't you just leave it at this? They didn't even give me a chance, Rico. They didn't even give me a chance.
It could be one of two things: either the personal history they have with you, or two,
I don't have no history with none of them.
No. What I mean is, if you it was that history between security boss and all of them.
Oh, maybe that's it. That's it. That's what's it.
If not, they might have used you as a scapegoat to not put it on Rob B, because Rob B and Sir Speaks, even though they already squashed it, they got into it before. And me and Drell was going back and forth with Rob B about it.
And she was beating the hell out of a Black Man Unfiltered.
Okay, yeah, bro, Clarence.
I sat there for almost 45 minutes where she was just beating the hell out of him.
Bro Clarence, yeah. hear me. Okay. Now, bro Clarence, when we get in this car, boys in the tube, don't you get out the motherfucking car, because from this point forward, is what I'm gonna tell you. See, they do this little shit like this, right? They take their little shots and they do some really offensive shit, and they got you over here with your fucking pressure going through the roof and all that. I don't want to hear no fucking apologies later on. Fuck them. They did to us. Do you understand? What I'm saying?
I don't need
Clarence, hear me out, because they're going to try to come over here later on with that conciliatory shit. So you tell them and all their supporters, get the fuck out my face with this shit.
Hey,
because we too old for this shit.
Brother, so they won't come over here. Just like
what I'm saying is,
they're not going to come over here. And I don't want them to come over here.
Clarence, hear me out. We are free. Let me finish. We are free to speak our motherfucking piece, and whatever I say or do about any of them motherfuckers, fuck them. I don't want to hear them all. Oh, you hurting the platform, because they didn't give a fuck about disrespecting you. Right. They didn't care. But see, later on, they're going to be trying to say, oh, I'm not. No, but you didn't care when you embarrassed them. You didn't care when you did that shit.
That's right.
See, that's what they want to do. They want to do their little shit. And then later on, now, because see, I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen Sir Ale in our chat before. Don't tell me I haven't.
I don't
So,
know. I don't remember,
oh, I've
but
seen
maybe
it.
so.
I did.
Definitely Black Man Unfiltered. Definitely
Excuse me.
Black Man Unfiltered.
So
Hey,
when
real
I
quick
go,
before Rico goes, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
go ahead.
did Black Man, was he going back and forth with you too or no? Because I didn't hear it that well on that part.
No. I was talking independently,
Right.
and so once I said what I said about they asked, did did you always agree with Kevin? They asked the question.
No.
Okay, and so I said, this is the topics that I disagree with him. I talked about the him saying that because you make a certain amount of money, you could have an adulterous lifestyle, and so they let that one go. And then I said, you know what? Come to think of it, I thought about something else, and I wanted to finish up with it, and so then they stopped me. They didn't even hear what I had to say. They didn't hear me out. They didn't do nothing. And so I said, okay. And I thought and they said, we're not doing this. Remember? And they said, we're not doing this. I said, we're not doing what?
I was backstage when that was happening.
Okay, so I'm like, what? What are we not doing? They said, we're not doing this.
I thought you, when I first saw it, I thought you had originally left. I didn't know he booted you out like that too.
No, I got booted,
Look,
bro.
let me explain. Look, but Clarence, let me explain something to you. These motherfuckers sound like Trump supporters when Donald Trump, let me finish, when Donald Trump died. When he died, people gonna bring the receipts on all the fucked up shit he said and done. And they're not gonna give a fuck about the people that's close. They're not gonna give a fuck about Ivanka and Barron and all the rest of them being hurt. Because the bottom line is, if you go through life and you leave a long trail of receipts, if you leave a long trail of receipts, because again, for all of us, when our number is called, what we are judged on when we die is how we lived. We don't get to say, oh, well, he did. And so in other words, here's a perfect example. Do people cry about the serial killer when he died? Fuck no. They think about all what he did while he was alive. And that's just all there is to it. Unfortunately, we don't become angels on our day of death as if whatever harm we did when we were living doesn't matter.
But Rico, but being a murderer and that is two different things.
I get that. I'm not conflating the two. I'm just using it to say that whatever your sins are when you are alive will be there on your last day. You don't get to shed your sins, because that's the very thing. Marcus, you're religious. That's what those sins will determine whether or not you get through those gates.
Right, of course.
What you did alive.
Okay.
What you did while you were living. So I'm not talking about killing, but I'm just sitting there saying is all people did was discuss some of the horrific things that he said that was emotionally damaging to other people. And that was a fair discussion. There was no reason for nobody to lose their shit.
Because they did not kick off the chick Raw B.
Who was doing the very thing.
And she said way worse stuff than me. But you know what? It's okay. I'm glad they did it, Rico, because all they did was reinforce in my mind to stay away from their buster ass programs. I should have known better, but I heard them. I said, oh man, I could just dip in and say this and say that. You know what? Like you said, Rico, as soon as we see them flying around here, boom, gone.
So were you just strolling around the YouTube streets and you saw them live, or?
Yeah. I saw them talking about Kevin Samuels. And so, and just that small second, Marcus, Black Man Unfiltered said something about Malcolm X that was totally wrong. So I said, well, let me correct this real quick. I'm not going to stay on the panel with them. I had no intention of staying on the panel with them. I just wanted to correct that issue, right?
Yeah, you did do that. Okay,
and so after I did that, then, but before I had even got a chance to do that, I had to wait all these almost 40 minutes or 45 minutes just to say that, right? Because their sister Raw B was getting into Kevin Samuels' ass, right? So, and going back and forth with Black Man Unfiltered, it was all good.
Yeah.
So I did not know. Nobody briefed me and said only she can do that. Nobody briefed me and said that to me.
Right.
If I had known that,
I would have
would've-
dropped her
I
ass
would've
down and
left it.
and if I was me, I would have dropped her ass down and have you stay up.
But my whole point is this, Marcus. Who in their right mind didn't expect that this was going to happen at this man's demise? I'm like, come on, where the fuck are y'all living? Again, this is what I'm sitting there trying to say is I think the manosphere is delusional. They believed all this time that the message that he was promoting was widely well received. And it wasn't. It was very poorly received. So of course, when the person's demise is met, y'all really get to see how many people wasn't really fucking with that message. It wasn't nowhere near the
It was
level
mostly
that
from the
y'all
women's
thought.
side, though, right?
Huh?
It was
He had a
mostly from
million
the women's side.
subscribers.
Okay, but no, it's a lot of dudes that didn't give a fuck either.
No, but the majority of the haters were the ones that attracted were women.
Let me say, the majority of the haters that spoke up were women. A lot of dudes just didn't give a shit, and they're not going to say anything. But they didn't rock with the message, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
And now what I'm saying is his supporters are fucking blown away by the response to, and obviously it is kind of pretty ironic. The one thing that he's most known for saying is buy a dog and die alone. And then people are saying, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's the very thing. It's like, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't be a viral multi-million sensation for that very thing and it happened to you. Are you fucking kidding me?
The whole point is this. I'm telling the truth. They kept saying they liars and hypocrites saying, oh, well, we want to tell the truth. We want to tell the truth. It's a big fucking echo chamber. They might as well have the goddamn Get Smart, Coleman silence around each other.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody allowed to say no truth except this one chick. I give her credit. She was at least allowed to be able to contradict some of the things that they were saying. But other than that, if they had just told me the rule, hey, brother, today we're not going to take nothing about Kevin Samuels to, you ain't going to be able to say that. But you asked me the question, hey, did you have any issues with it? You asked the question.
So I answered
the question.
And you didn't like the answer.
And you didn't like the answer. But the liars, they liars. They told me, hey, they say, oh, we trying to tell the truth. But you lie. Right. Hypocrites.
Mm-hmm. But look,
but I'm spinning a narrative on me.
But ain't that the problem we've been having?
I never said nothing to disrespect that man. Even though the man, I disagreed with him. No, let me say this, Rico.
Go ahead.
I never said nothing to disrespect that man, even though I disagreed with him. Now, I said what I disagreed with him about, but I never disrespected him. I never went, and my intention wasn't to disrespect him. I would never have answered that question if they had said to me, hey, brother, you know what? I don't know what you're going to say, but we're not taking nothing that's truthful about Kevin Samuels today. Today, we're going to mourn. We're going to rest on just only the good that he did.
But Clarence,
I was asked the question.
Clarence, you would have been like me. I vehemently disagree with like 90% of the shit that Kevin says. But you know why I ain't saying nothing negative today? Want to tell you why I ain't saying nothing negative today? Because ain't nobody asked me. But if you fucking ask me, I'm going to lay it out with all the motherfucking shit I disagree with.
Man, I didn't even get on there to talk about Kevin Samuels.
But ain't nobody
I got on there to talk about Malcolm X.
I keep it to myself because ain't nobody asked me.
I think regardless if they would have asked me what you disagreed on, I was like, today's not about disagreeing. Today's just about I said it like this in the private chat. Even my worst foe or enemy, at some point I'd have to show some grace and mercy and
of course.
And at least think and say, hey, he may have pushed me or tested me, but he pushed me and tested me to be a better character for myself.
Marcus.
I had to respect the hustle. I had to respect the hustle.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this 100% no, because here's the thing, and I told Clarence and them earlier this. My second wife, she died from a drug overdose. That was my 3 youngest kids' mother, right? And when we divorced, I mean, I fucking hated her. I hated her. She hated me. It was a very contentious divorce. It was fucking horrible, very nasty. When he passed, I felt nothing. I didn't give a fuck one way or the other. It ended that way. And it stayed that way. The only reason why I even remotely didn't be just as vitriolic towards her as I might feel in this situation with Kevin Samuels, and this was someone I married, was because of my kids. My kids was the only thing that made me say, okay, keep it to yourself, don't express your opinion. And then I had to be there for they thank God they were adults, but I had to be there for them because that was their mother.
Right.
But I'll be honest with you, like I didn't want to go to the funeral, but I didn't want I said, let me go for my kids. And I sat in the back and I was actually offended because they put my name in the obituary. I was actually offended by that. I didn't want to have any association.
Mm-hmm.
But I was offended, but I said I swallowed all that because I didn't want my kids to think I was disparaging their mother. And they kind of knew how I felt.
Of course.
They knew how I felt, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. Y'all don't know the hell I went through with this person. Mm-hmm. And I'm not changing in their death. If we didn't have kids, I'd have told her family, kiss my ass. And I mean it. And I just literally every day to this day, I don't even talk about her around my kids, even though they're older, because I love my sons. Mm-hmm. But there's no love lost between me and that person. And if I bust hell wide open, I live in a space of the truth that I lived and I endured and I experienced. So I'm sorry, in a person's point of demise, I don't celebrate. I'm not jumping for joy. I'm not doing all that. But what I'm also not going to do is I'm not going to lie. They're not going to reach a point of demise. And I'm going to go, oh, they was a wonderful. If I didn't feel that way, why would I do that? Why would I do that? I even think a lot of the people that's falling out with all the flowers and praise, again, you know what I say, Marcus? It's about to be the motherfucking Game of Thrones. It's about to be the Game of Thrones because all these fools are going to be trying to get on the Iron Throne to see who gets to succeed. It's going to be House of Lannister, Stark, Targaryen. It's about to be the fucking Game of Thrones in the YouTube streets while people try to out kitten heels. Again, I didn't wish the man's demise, but it's not my call to make. I don't have any saying into who's going to wake up tomorrow or not. I may not wake up tomorrow. Clarence may not. I don't have that say. But the fact of the matter is, whatever it is, and you motherfuckers will judge me for the time that I was here. I don't get judged for the day that I don't wake up. I get judged for every day that I live before that day. That day just says, hey, he tossed his hand in. Let's add up his books. And they go all the way back to the time when I was born and look at everything positive and negative I did. Like, right, Marcus? And when they look at the ledger, you better hope you got more positive than negative.
Yeah.
That's all you can hope for.
You know what?
I don't see it like that. Well, technically, what you did is the point that I was making, and you literally signify the difference in human beings. You chose to be selfless. You chose to think about not just yourself. You chose to think about your kids. In this case, you just said it yourself. You chose not to celebrate in the demise of a person. When I see people do that shit, it just shows the disgust in humanity for what they are.
Yeah, I agree.
And rats. So when I look at people, I look down on those kind of people because at that moment, I realize that's the difference in humanity. There's a difference between grace, mercy,
Jordan, I'm still going to email you.
common courtesy, a bit of ethics. Even the people that show that you have enemies, Rico, or you have people that were disagree or detractors. Those, and that was going to be my point when I was going to speak until I lost service. But at the end of the day, a lot of these people that were literally giving him pushback, praising that he's dead, that he's gone, where a lot of them were women that couldn't handle the criticism, women that chose out of their own free will to go up on that panel. Again, no one forced you. No one put a gun to your head to go and speak up there. If you understand, hey, a lot of those men, I have men in my family that are like Kevin, that talk about that shit, and a few women in my family, from my descendants, that talk like that. So if you can't really be about that, then that just shows a poor, pathetic, thin ass skin that you have.
And
You know,
I totally agree with that, but I don't think that just because a woman is vulnerable enough or stupid enough, whichever word you prefer to
hey,
choose,
some of those women paid.
which is fine. I don't care if they're either vulnerable enough or stupid enough to come up to me for counsel, that I should just tear them down for humor, fodder, or likes.
Oh, the
That's what
women,
I
but the
did
men
like.
got it
Let me
worse,
fin-
Rico.
but let me finish. Let me finish. That's what I thought Kevin was doing that I found most distasteful. I didn't think necessarily what he was saying was wrong, but I think the way that he did it, he was driven by the entertainment value and for likes and for money.
That
And
could be it. To be fair.
that's what I always found very distasteful and very wrong. It's like, yeah, I could have said everything that Kevin said and
Right.
came to the same place, and I didn't have to make the woman feel like shit. You know, like they said, that the art of the tact is the ability to tell a man to go to hell and make him happy to be on his way. So you could sell him the same thing. But when you're just being viciously, unneedlessly cruel for no reason, and I think his reason was the entertainment value. It wasn't necessarily to help the people. He might have told them the truth, but he wasn't telling it to help them. He was telling them that to help himself. So that's where I think, but again, whether he did that or not, I would never wish the demise on nobody because there's no fucking reason
But that
for it.
shows your
I
character,
wish
the difference in
what
you.
I wished for him was I wished that he would fail. I didn't wish he would die. I just wish his show would lose its success and people would wake up and see it for what it was. That's the last thing. I'm just as shocked as
But people knew
everybody
it was
else.
entertainment shock value. They knew it,
Right.
just didn't care.
Right. But I wish, but look, Marcus, I hope the fucking Kardashians fell on Hulu. I don't want them
Okay.
dead.
Okay, but hey, I appreciate both of you brothers. What I want to do is, if anybody got any questions about the situation, ask me the question.
I got a question for you, Brother Clarence.
Okay,
If they were to come and whether it was Sir Ale SKeetz or Black Men Unfiltered and apologize to you, even security boss, would you take that apology and say, hey, sincerely, I apologize? Even if they could say, hey, I take back the copyright strike or whatever, would you take it?
I would take it, but I would say we need to we probably need to go our separate ways. Just like I told
Right.
Chaotic, I said, we probably just need to go our separate ways. You
Right.
know what I mean? I would take it because Chaotic apologized to me and everything, but I said, you know what? It's probably better if we go our separate ways.
That's
know what I
understandable.
You,
That's
you,
understandable.
you about to lose me, Clarence, right?
Again?
Yeah. You about to lose me with this conciliatory positions that
But
you keep
Rico,
taking.
if it means to take
I
away the
don't mind.
copyright strike,
I'm not. Well, see, Rico, what you got to understand, the brother you rolling with, I have some issues with my faith that going to always allow somebody to redeem themselves.
Okay.
That faith.
Okay.
All of the three major faiths are about redemption.
Okay.
Right? If there are people out there that if they were less interested in my redemption, I wouldn't be here.
Okay,
So
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. If I believe that the apology is authentic and full-throated, I'll do that. But if I think that, okay, because what I'm leery about is apologies being business oriented.
it don't matter,
Or
Rico. They're not
it's
coming over
not,
here. They're not
well,
coming here.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying is that if I feel like an apology is, that's why you see, like, even with the conversation we had the other day, I was like, don't apologize to me because I don't even think we even in that space that I don't believe it would be authentic or sincere. So I don't want it. If it's not from an authentic place, I don't want it. And besides, I'm not ready to apologize. So I'd rather that we both get to that space and maybe we can do it together, but I'm nowhere near being authentic. So don't give it to me because I ain't ready to give it to you.
I know they're not gonna apologize to me. What they
Right.
did
I
to
don't
me,
think so either.
they think they right. They think they right for what they did to me.
No,
There's
no,
no
no,
way
no.
they would apologize.
Clarence. You know why they're not going to apologize to you? It ain't got shit to do with righteousness. They think they're bigger than you.
That's my point. Yeah, exactly.
They think they're
Also,
bigger.
yes.
It's always about the bag, the subs, the numbers, curry favor, and coin. That's what it is with all these clowns. It's always, and that's the only thing why I don't fuck with them, because for them it's always about, oh, I'm bigger, I'm more important, I'm better. And that's when I go, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need your favor and I don't need your coin,
exactly.
because if for me, for me and you, Clarence, to curry favor and coin, you got to be just like those bitch ass motherfuckers that you was going off about, and I'm not doing that.
I don't need that. That's the problem, Rico. They, like you said, they think because they tied into the mothership and all that we supposed to be like, oh, please don't be mad at us. No, I don't care if you're mad at me. I don't care. That's on y'all. I tried to tell you the truth. You want the truth. And then whose fault is it for not telling me, hey, brother, today we don't want to, and I'm sitting here watching this verbal orgy. Whose fault is it that they didn't tell me, oh, she can do that, you can't do that? See, if I had known that, then I would have kept my mouth shut. But I didn't know that. Nobody came to me and told me. If I come in your house, Rico, and I take a piss on the floor, you don't tell me, hey, I've never been in your house before. I don't know the rules of your house. I don't know that you got a bathroom. I just take a piss in the middle of the floor. Whose fault is it for not telling me?
It's my fault. Right.
We have a place for you to do that. We have a place for you to do that.
Very true.
I'm just saying, I don't want to. If they had told me, hey, we're not saying anything about, or we just letting this sister right here say things outside of Kevin, outside of positive things about Kevin.
My opinion on that
would have been cool with me. But they didn't tell me that. And then on top of that, they try to make it sound like I was trying to disrespect them.
Clarence, we're gonna go back to the conversation I had earlier today, and I'm gonna jump in your ass one more time for the last time. Hear me out. Remember, I told you I don't understand why people are being so super sensitive about comments, because to me, you know, the first person we saw who, but Clarence, remember the first person we saw that choked up crying like, oh, we're the best friends and we were this and whatever they're thinking, right? And it defies logic to me that if someone that in other words, Marcus, if me and you are real bros, in real life we met each other and everything else, and I really think you're my friend.
I do too.
And I woke up today and found out about it was your demise, I'm not live streaming for the next 3 days.
Right.
Because I'm trying to process the loss of my friend. So when I see people, I'm like, wait a minute, the day of, why are all these motherfuckers live streaming? So usually the people I would expect to live stream and go on and be talking about it are people who are not as attached. See, I can talk about it because I'm not attached to that man and his content.
And I was one of his subscribers. I was one of his subscribers.
Right. But my thing is, it's easier if you're not attached. But if you're sincerely, authentically attached, these people are not talking about this shit live streaming on the same day. Are you fucking kidding me? There's no way you do that. And you are genuinely attached to the person who demise, because I'm like, that's not the way the human grief works. I understand people work differently, but usually they're not going to be doing a fucking live stream. I might go back to work. I'm trying to do something to take my mind off. I'm not going to live stream to a bunch of fucking hundreds of thousands and millions of fucking strangers to be talking about my most intimate moments. That is fucking insanity. So when I see people do that, you know what that reminds me? Those are people that don't give a fuck about the dearly departed.
Wait, Rico. Who's worse? Who's worse? Me, I didn't do no live stream about this man or try to disrespect the man or nothing.
The people live streaming.
Him that went out there and was crying and saying things without it ain't even verified that the man has passed away yet.
Yep. The people that's live streaming. The people that's live streaming.
These other people that's live
streaming. Everybody that's live streaming about this shit, either you completely detached and don't give a fuck, but don't come to me with no, you're truly broken up and hurt, because you wouldn't be fucking live streaming the day of the person demise.
I
Do you know
mean,
how
would they be,
macabre that shit is?
listen, would they be showing his family some type of respect? Let me
Thank
tell
you.
y'all something. I was trying to mention this
Thank
earlier.
Good
A
point.
good friend of mine is a man by the name of Chadwick Boseman. A good friend of mine. I'm talking about a good friend. I used to counsel this brother a lot, right? I remember his green beat up Honda Accord with the red door as the driver's side door. I remember that Chadwick Boseman. You guys never met that dude. I remember that dude. We spent about 2 or 3 years together while he was out here making movies and busting tables and doing whatever he had to do to work while he was working on these movies. We were confidants with each other. We broke bread with each other. I got video of me and him working out, doing things. When he passed away, I didn't say nothing. And I said, I'm not showing none of this video until I get clearance to the family. I'm not doing none of that. Why? Because, yeah, I was close to this man. I was very close to him. We were friends, man. We loved each other. We used to kick it a lot. But this is before all these movies start coming out, and then he got just plucked out of my life. I mean, he was gone, right?
But then my question is, when he passed, was that the first thought you had, was how can I capitalize or monetize or celebritize off, or was you sitting there processing your thoughts and your feelings about the person?
You know what my thoughts was? I didn't even think about my own feelings. I thought about his family.
Okay, so that's what
I was like,
saying.
why? I'm not going to put nothing out because his family. I'm not even going to say nothing. Let his family do it. And
but
then
here's the whole point, right?
Calm down, then I'll say something about
but
it.
Here's the whole point. That's the natural, normal thing to do. It's like, damn, man, because the first thing that comes into mind is, even if I'm not super close to the person, it's like, damn, man, I'm thinking about their kids, or I'm thinking about their parents, or I'm thinking their siblings, and I'm thinking like, damn, man, how these people must feel. I can imagine.
I would be upset
empathize.
if I had a loved one that passed away, and somebody was just putting out pictures and doing all this stuff on it. I would be mad as hell.
Let me tell you something. I was almost moved to homicide over my son for putting out some shit about my mother.
Oh, man.
When she passed.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, brother.
No, I mean, thinking of self, because my mother went through, my mother, she passed like almost 2 years ago, but she went through a period of her life where she was in a same-sex relationship.
Okay.
And nobody knew. Of course, I mean, we knew, the kids and whatever.
Immediate family,
yeah. Yeah, but I didn't think her passing was any time to mention that. Okay. But of course, that one son that I told you I'm estranged from, that every time I see, I just want to choke the living shit out of him, because he always thinks of self. So of course, when she passed, which he wasn't even very close to my mother, he immediately went to his feelings. That's the narcissism, like OG Patrice was saying. I was like, motherfucker, it ain't about you. And of course, he didn't see no harm. I was like, but you don't even know if that's how she want to be remembered.
Exactly.
But you just went on ahead and did that, because out of courtesy, I made a call to my kids to say, hey, your grandmother passed, my mom died, I'm doing all the arrangements, this, that, and whatever. And instead of him giving it time to process, then of course he's on Facebook posting these pictures. And of course, I didn't appreciate him posting that, because I was like, that wasn't everybody's business. Everybody didn't know that. That was it wasn't much younger, but it was an earlier part in her life. And she didn't put that out. So why you know what I'm saying? That's how motherfuckers don't think. They don't think. Now I couldn't stop. Something should have told me not to tell his dumb ass, but I did. This is my own son. This is my blood. And I'm just like, I don't know why this boy does this. But like basically I've told my other kids, if something happened to me, tell this nigga last when everything's over. Because you can't because the narcissism, he'll be like, okay, you ain't gave a fuck about me while I'm here, but I guarantee you when my demise come, you will find a way to make it about you. And that's what I'm seeing. If in fact, like you said, it's confirmed. I've seen a lot of people today, Marcus, that made this shit. I'm like, was it Kevin Samuels or was it you? Because I see all these motherfuckers with a lot of this performative shit that don't look very real to me. It looks like to me people are leveraging shit.
I'm gonna do something real quick because I want to be fair as well. I don't want to be very one-minded or narrow-minded. I have a friend of mine from the Great Pill podcast. He had one today, and he's as real as a motherfucker comes. And when he did it, he only has 200 subscribers. He's not monetized. He has not enough watch hours at all. He literally did it to where he came because he also had his criticism about Kevin. He was like a 50-50 on Kevin, just like I was about 50-50 on Kevin. Now, the thing is, when he was saying it, he was speaking it from the heart. He wasn't speaking it from the bag or the money or the Cash App or nothing like that. Because he doesn't get Cash App. He just does it without getting Cash App or nothing.
Right.
And I've seen many other people who I know are monetized, who have thousands and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, that are women, men, and some of these guys, they're saying, yeah, they were part of maybe his male army, whatever. That is fine. But they were also when they were detractors. But they were all getting monetized, getting super chats, all this up the ass.
Shut up, be easy.
Yeah, shut up. But that's the thing that I understand where you're coming from. But just because there are certain people that do, that doesn't mean it's everybody. That's just my point of view on it.
Well, I mean, I don't know who it is. I just see enough people doing it. So I'm not trying to.
I get you. They follow the crowd. They follow the trend.
And I'm not trying to parse who's legit and who's not. I just think it's in poor taste, like day one out of the gate. Right. And it's like motherfuckers are competing. And it's sort of like the same thing with the Will Smith slap. Motherfuckers was racing to put
everybody
up
was on that shit. I could not get the shit out of my head for 2 weeks.
So the Will Smith slap, the fucking, see what I'm saying? So the Kevin Sam, they're racing. And I'm like, but the guy died. Why y'all motherfuckers can't wait till the weekend? Because you know what it is, Marcus? Oh, if I need to talk about it today, because you know why? I need to get all the views. See, by Monday or Tuesday.
Get a lot of them.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Even in this title, I didn't put his name in this title.
Nope.
Because I ain't trying to disrespect him, man.
But literally,
they got pictures, man. They don't even know how. They don't even know how his family want him to be remembered, right? I'm just saying, hey, this is what I disagree with him about.
Yeah.
But they try to make it so I'm just trying to make it sound. I'm trying to put it out there how it happened. I did not disrespect that man. I was asked, what do you have any issue with him? Did you have any issues with him? We all were asked on the panel that. I answered that question. Not only did I answer the question about Malcolm, Brother Malcolm, but I also answered the question, did you have any issues with Kevin? I answered that question. The Sister Raw B, she was allowed to be rambunctious and to take over the channel. Cool, no problem. I had no problem with it. But what they should have came to me and said, Brother Clarence, we're only allowing this sister to tell the truth about Kevin today. You are not. We expect you as a man to not say anything about him because we are all over here mourning him. But no, you know what those punks did? All of them, all of the men. They said, "Oh, I was out of pocket." They didn't even sit me down and give me the rules. And then when I went off the rails of their rules, then they're gonna come to me and discipline me. But they never told me what the rules were. They never showed me where the rails were.
But my question.
Get this real quick, right?
Go ahead.
This is my opinion. Why I think they let Robbie go was because if they would have done it to her again, how she acted, because last time when they got into it bad. Well, she was being more disrespectful. She kept cutting him off.
I agree.
Whatever.
I saw
Right?
that, Marcus.
Right.
I saw that.
And I think this is my opinion. I'm not conspiracy theories or not, but I think the reason why they didn't do nothing to her, say nothing to her, put her down or nothing, was because it would have seemed like maybe it would have made them seem like they were sexist and pick it on the woman again. So they might have made you the scapegoat, Brother Clarence. They might have made you the scapegoat. I could be wrong, and put you down and sacrifice you.
Okay, maybe so. Maybe I was a sacrificial lamb. But
my question is
still don't make it right. It still don't make it right.
But Clarence, my question is this: if in fact they're in mourning, why the fuck is everybody live streaming?
I know.
That's
I
in other words, let me ask you guys this.
I agree with you.
Let me ask you guys this: is live streaming the new mourning? So every time someone loses a significant other in their life, we can expect a live stream the day of.
Rico, I hear you.
I'm just asking.
I'm just asking. It was
because to me, it seems
everybody that's doing it. You're right. They probably, I would say, 99% of them are doing it just because they know they
the views and the likes. Yeah.
Okay. They know they're going to get a lot of views. And hey, if that's your get down, that's your get down.
That's fine.
That ain't my get down. But see, they try to paint me into a position that I came on there to spread.
But my whole point is this: is if that's your position, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But don't be being hypocritical like you're hurt and you're mourning. So if Sir Ale and them was willing to live stream on the day of his demise, let's just face it, y'all didn't give a fuck about Kevin. So I should have been able to say whatever I want. And maybe that's why Raw B was able to say, because you can't tell me, listen to what I'm saying. You can't tell me that you're so upset about this man being gone that you're here the same day live streaming, and I don't want nobody to talk. So if you, my dog, Clarence, if Clarence is my motherfucking dog, I'm like, man, me and this dude been working together for the last couple of years. I can't believe it. I'm fucked up. I'm destroyed. You know what? Then guess what? I'm not going to be live streaming the day of your demise. I would be like, well, where's Rico? Look, he's something happened. He'll tap back in. That's what you usually get. Oh, he's out for a couple of days. A motherfucker usually go 2-3 days. That ain't too fucking long. If you can't go 2-3 days from a person's death, you don't give a fuck about that person. I got
a perfect example, because there's another man on the channel that I follow. He's more of a gamer and a reactor to movies and shows. His name's STG TV. He did not go live. He did not post anything for almost weeks, almost a month, because he lost his mother.
Thank you.
He didn't post until today, and I saw it today. And that man, I've been following him. We've been talking to each other for like 3 or 4 years. I'm a fan more than I am a guy that but I supported him. Yeah, and he's a guy. I think he's out in Baltimore, like Rico. But but he was basically saying, hey, I couldn't really handle it. I couldn't take it.
Exactly.
I especially understand because it's his mother. One thing is a friend, another thing is a mother. But he said it took me weeks to come back up on here and post anything, even give you guys. But I wanted to give clarity to why I wasn't posting. That's what he said.
Yes, but you just don't just go on like it's no big deal, nothing. And I'm saying, even if it's a friend, you motherfuckers can't go 20. These motherfuckers.
I got it. I understand what you're saying.
So what I'm saying,
if you can't wait, self-righteous.
Yes, but if you can't wait a day, then it's crystal clear to me that this person didn't hold value to you as you're projecting. So if that's the case, then there's no reason for them to have been bent out of shape, because if they could come up and if they could have the toughness to stream within an hour of the news of his death,
man.
Then you okay to fucking say whatever you want to say about him.
Hey, and they let the girl do it, no problem. Right. But you didn't tell me the rules. See, if they had told me the rules, hey brother, I would have respected that. But they didn't tell me that. They let me go off the rail, and then they said, oh, we're not doing that. And every man, not one man in there said, you know what? You guys didn't even tell him how to play it.
And
You
check
guys
this
didn't
out,
even tell them
Clarence.
how to play it. They
Clarence,
all
check
were a
this out.
bunch of fucking busters, all of them together.
But you know what, Army vet, you 1000% that people grieve differently. Yes. But you cannot tell me it is not a grieving process to go out and publicly put on a fucking show from the death of a loved one, and that's a form of grieving. That's not. That is not. We're like this. We are a fucked up society if in fact we're saying that we are removed ourselves to the point that, and I don't mean, oh, okay, I'm an actor, my father died, I went on ahead and did a movie. We're talking about I went on ahead and did a movie about my dead father. Come on. So these motherfuckers are doing a live stream about the very thing that they're supposedly close to and grieving. So when I have the loss of a loved one that I really love, I can't even talk about them motherfuckers for a couple of days because every time I say something, I'm gonna start crying. Come on. So if my brother died, oh, I'm gonna do a live stream about my brother. I'm not gonna get through it because I'm gonna be crying the whole fucking time. I might can talk about baseball. I can talk about anything to get my mind off the subject. These motherfuckers is doing a live stream about the very person that they're saying they're grieving. You're not grieving them. If
They ain't
that's
grieving nothing, man. They ain't
no,
grieving nothing.
they're
All they
not.
want to do is get the likes and the views up.
That's it.
That's all they want to
That's
do.
it. You
That's
cannot
all they want to do.
discuss. You cannot discuss the
And
same
I
day.
know some of them is in the bushes here.
Right.
I know some of y'all punks
Who-
is in the bushes.
Clarence,
Be a
who
man.
the fuck
What?
you ever seen discuss a person they're grieving the same day that they lost a person, Marcus? Can you imagine what that conversation would go like for you?
Rico,
Oh no, I'd be
Rico.
writing my journal. I wouldn't be talking to nobody. I'd be my
Thank
music. I'd be my
Rico,
feels.
And
I'd be
every
art.
time,
I
every
tell
time,
everybody.
The
I
first
tell
thing
everybody,
I
leave
would
me
do.
alone.
But see, look, it shows how close they are. If they was really close to this man, they wouldn't have did nothing like that. They would say
no,
the family. See, man, when I'm saying, but when Chad passed, I got all kind of stuff I could have capitalized on. I could have made a ton of money off of it. Little video of him, right? But did I do that? No, because I'm like, I'm not going to jump in front of his family. And even if I did, I felt like, you know what? I don't know if how his family would feel about this information being out. So until I talk to them, and I still haven't talked to them, until I talk to them, I'm not going to release none of this stuff. And I don't even have no plans of doing it anyway. I'm just saying they should know that I have it so that maybe his family would want to see it, right? Okay. But I wouldn't do nothing jump in front of his family.
nope.
This man's family, like you said, Rico, his man's family hasn't even had a chance to react and give a public statement about this situation.
Mm-hmm.
These Negroes doing these live streams about the man.
Yep.
And then they say, oh, I was so close to him. If you were so close to him, why wouldn't you respect his family?
Right. It don't make sense.
They say they want the truth, Rico. They are hypocrites, liars, and wicked deceivers. They say they want the truth, but they don't want the truth. Because all we trying to do is tell the truth. If you don't want the truth, fine. Just say that. If they know, and now I know on Sir Ale SKeetz, they want the echo chamber. You got to walk into the echo chamber. They give you the script right when you click on the StreamYard, they got a script waiting for you. Okay, go over there, get the script, get on the Sir Ale SKeetz, and you can read your script. Yeah, Sir Ale, you're right. Yeah, Sir Ale, you're right. Yeah, security boss, you're right. Yeah, Uncle Stu, you're right. You're right. Did I read my script right? Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right. You're right. No pushback, no nothing.
Yeah.
Except for, I got to give this chick credit, Robbie. They did let her push back. They let her push back, and she did push back.
But they were also pushing back too. They were pushing back on him too.
But I'm saying, it was a free for all, right, Marcus?
Yeah.
But when I come into this picture, start talking about the stuff which is basically the same thing that Robbie was saying, just a little less heat on it.
Yeah.
They boot me out.
Boom
so
too.
I'm saying,
Boom too.
if you gotta let somebody in your situation, I'm gonna let you up, brother. But I didn't like how you guys treated me over there, and I'm gonna just tell you that up front.
What you said about me?
Who we talking to?
I don't mind because over here, this ain't no echo chamber. So, brother, can you hear me?
Did you call me a punk ass?
You goddamn right I did. If you goddamn right, all of you guys over there for kicking me off that.
I don't control the panel over there. But what exactly about me is a punk ass?
The fact that you guys said,
hold on,
but we're not doing that here.
I don't think AR said anything though.
No, I did. I said because he just died today. What exactly? So because I said you're being disrespectful, I'm a punk ass.
What was I being? But because you lied on me, I wasn't being disrespectful of him. What did I say that was disrespectful? I'm sorry. Instead of calling you a punk ass, let me call you a liar because you lied on me. Unless you don't backtrack now, man. Why you asked me the question?
You was asking.
Come on, man. Let's stop playing goddamn games. This ain't Sir Ale SKeetz. This is Let's Talk to Better Black Life.
You don't know me, and you call me a punk ass
because of what you said
punk ass AR.
Because of what you said about me. You said,
brother Clarence, let's talk the better black life.
Bro, are we playing games or do I?
We're not playing. You're calling me a punk ass, and you're saying I lied.
But
there's nothing about me that's a punk ass.
Okay, let's do a logical walk. Did you tell the truth or lie on me?
I told the truth.
Okay, now what did I say that makes what you said the truth about me?
Kevin Samuels passed away today. And first, there's no script on Sir Ale SKeetz. I don't sit there and read script.
All right.
Kevin Samuels passed away today. You said that the same woman he tells that they're gonna die alone, he did as well.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You're right.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Did Raw B say worse stuff than that before I came on the program, before I started speaking? Did she or did she not say even worse stuff than that before I get on the program? Now, if they didn't want me to say the truth, because they said they wanted the truth, so I'm telling the truth. If they didn't want the truth, shouldn't they have told me up front, say, brother, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. We only allowing this sister over here to say the truth about this man.
What I don't know exactly because I came in probably around the same time as you. So I'm not concerned with her. I'm concerned with you calling me a punk ass, which is we're online, so I can't even defend that, right?
You won't let me do that. So what are we doing?
Do you know that did Kevin Samuels die alone? Even if he
did.
Know.
As a matter of fact, I don't know. That has not been verified to me.
Okay. So you said that he tells women to die alone just like he did.
Do we know that he didn't die alone?
But the thing is that he died Rico. He died today.
I'm just asking a question. You brought that up, so that's why I'm asking.
But did he die alone?
I don't know.
Obviously, I don't believe he's married, but he does have multiple ladies, right?
We don't know it. That's all I'm saying.
Even I think Kevin Sperling, he dropped the video shows he's with multiple ladies, which is whatever. The issue is that the man died today.
Okay.
So if you're saying that he tells women to die alone he did, that's not disrespectful?
No, I don't think so.
How was that disrespectful? You tell us. How is that disrespectful, brother? You tell us.
I don't think so.
How was that disrespectful?
I don't think that statement's disrespectful, AR.
I mean,
I think that statement could be true. We don't know if it's true, but in the premise, in the way that Kevin always described that, these women that he said buy a dog and die alone, he don't know if they're going to die alone. He assumed they were going to die unmarried. He's unmarried.
Listen, if they're calling up Rico, if they're calling up a platform 40, 50, 70 years old, and that's not my problem. My issue is that I don't go to another platform and talk shit about you, Clarence. I have a platform too. I could have did a live stream. I didn't go off that platform. I didn't kick you off the platform. I did not kick you off the platform. If you want to have a further conversation, I would have had that. But to sit there and call me a punk ass, what are we doing here?
What do you want me to do? I tried to fix that with you. You said don't fix it. So what do you want me to do?
Don't fix it. What I want you to do is don't speak about me like that. I don't go around speaking about you like that.
Don't worry, I won't. I won't speak about any of you guys again. Don't worry. Because I see the way you guys treated me. You guys jumped the gun. See, what you thought was I was going to be disrespecting man, and I didn't. You cannot. If you find 10 people that'll say, "Oh, because I said that he was saying that women died alone," did they not ask? They asked the question, "What do you have a disagreement with about Kevin Samuels?" So that's what
they never asked you to have a disagreement. Today wasn't about disagreements about Kevin Samuels.
Oh,
they never
okay.
Asked
what was the exact question?
Do you have something to say? Do you have anything to say? They was not debating on whether Kevin Samuels is right. Everyone was supposed to come on.
No. I wasn't either. I was just telling my opinion.
Anyway, that's all I came on here. Listen, man, I'm not gonna wild out on you. I respect your platform. I respect Rico and Marcus. I'm gonna give you a pass. That's it. If you say something crazy like that, I'm gonna rake the shit on you.
Give me a pass, AR.
Okay,
AR.
I am the listen. I can really roast the shit out of people. I'm fucking good at it, but I want to. That's not. But listen, but that's not what I want to do on YouTube, especially against other black men or black women. That's not what I do.
And that's not what I want to do. I didn't come to have that happen. I didn't come to start no shit with nobody. I didn't. Okay.
You can talk about Marcus. You can talk about Marcus. You can talk about Rico. I don't care what you say about them. You can talk about their whole family. And I know with this YouTube, black people like to do shit like that. But when it comes to me, that's all I want. That's all I have to say. Just I'll be respectful if you could be respectful.
I can be respectful as long as you can be respectful. Hey, we don't have to like each other, but we could definitely be cordial with each other. You know what? I tried to fix it with you. I said, okay, let me change what I said. You said, no, don't do it. Okay, so now you see what I'm saying? You're saying
I never disrespected you though. You disrespected me.
Okay. You may have felt that I disrespect you, and I tried to fix that with you. Are you listening to me? I tried to fix that with you by saying, okay, I won't call you this. I'll call you something a lot lesser than that. Because you know what? Now that I think about it, you don't have control over the. I felt that all of you guys, one of you guys at least should have said, hey, man, he didn't disrespect anybody. All he did was say, but I felt like you were involved with the conspiracy that happened to me getting kicked off of there. You could have at least said something, or any of you guys could have said something. But if all of you guys were together in collusion with that assessment, then I said, okay, all of you guys are in that pool together. Just like if me, Rico, and Marcus said something about you, and then if all of us were in agreement with it, you would say, well, shit, fuck all three of them, right? Okay, that's where I was at. Hey, man, I was very upset about that.
Can I ask you a question, AR?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, okay, on a more of an even kill basis, because this is a question that we was having even before you came up. What I don't understand is it seems like a lot of the Kevin Samuels supporters feel taken aback by obviously his detractors and people obviously resurfacing a lot of the comments and statements that he's had to say. And my one thing is that if I really felt a sense of affinity for the man, I'm having trouble understanding why people and you said the day he died, so it's more sensitive because today is supposedly the day he died, correct? I'm trying to understand why the fuck are all these people doing live streams today? Why can't they give it a day or two before they even talking about it? So to me, when we talk about being disrespectful, just the act that so many people are having live streams about the man on the day that he died, that seems fucking disrespectful to me. And you guys I'm not gonna say you, but supposedly these people are so sensitive. I'm like, why the fuck are we talking about him today? Period. You motherfuckers can't wait till tomorrow. But you know what? Once again, it's we can't. Okay, but wait a minute. Why the fuck? Maybe if y'all had given it a day or two for some of these panels to open up, it would give his detractors more time to think about it, as well as his supporters. But it seems like to me everybody's rushing to get their shit out for their fucking likes and views. And that strikes me as a bit distasteful. And I'm a detractor, and I ain't said nothing because ain't nobody asked me nothing. But what I'm watching happen, I'm finding it to be distasteful. So many people going up live streaming about the man, and I'm like, God damn, has it been 6 hours? Really?
Hey, Rico, I gotta ask him a question.
Don't nobody
I gotta
tell a
ask him a
motherfucker
question.
when I die, because
I
these
gotta ask
motherfuckers
him a
just moving
question.
too
Let me ask him a
fast.
question.
Rico.
That's just my thought.
Rico.
Wait a minute. Let me ask him a question.
Now I want to answer
Now,
for that.
okay.
Do you think that that's a little crazy that people are fucking live streaming right out of the gate like it's the fucking?
Sorry, Vaughn. I went from 0 to 100, brother. Apologize.
I don't think so.
But
I don't think it's crazy.
So in other words, if it's not crazy, then it's got to be for views and likes, because it's the hot news. It can't be from what I'm sitting there saying is, it can't be genuine. It can't be, oh, you can't be so much in love. Here's my point. If Kevin Samuels was my guy, I ain't talking about him the day of, not on no fucking live stream. I'm sorry. Y'all can miss me with that. There's some authentic feelings.
No, man.
I see people coming out with a live stream and the man ain't cold a good 3-4 hours. I'm like, y'all are detached.
Rico, you gotta let him answer, Rico.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's views. I mean,
okay, thank you.
If I had someone very close that passed away, right? Mm-hmm. Even if it's virtual, right? That's gonna devastate me. Would I go live? Unless this platform, my platform grew when it's like a corporation's employees, but I probably won't even go live that day. Especially now, if I'm claiming I'm close to Kevin Samuels, and he's a big platform, he has a big. I probably won't go live the same day or even speak on it.
Thank you.
So this new generation is just different.
They're fucked up. Go ahead.
I wouldn't go live the whole day. That's just personally me.
Couple of days probably.
I got a question for him.
Thank you.
That's all I was getting at. I appreciate him having the balls to come over here. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I went a little too far with the punk ass statement. I definitely did not like the fact that you lied on me.
I appreciate you taking accountability, Brother Clarence.
And probably I'll look at this when I calm down and see at the points. I felt very disrespected, man. I felt like you was one of the people that was involved with it, and maybe I jumped the gun because I felt like, man, hey, here I am on this platform, and all I'm doing is telling the truth. Everybody's talking about they want to tell the truth. Now, the question I have for you is, when I said that, how, because you still haven't answered that question, how was that disrespectful? If I just made the comment that he said that, and I said, unfortunately, that may have been the situation with him, how was that disrespectful?
Oh, well, it was the wording you used. But I don't. If you said that, he tells women that they're going to die alone, and he died alone as well.
But I never got the chance to finish what I was going to say.
Was that even necessary? I
don't think it was necessary. It was just everybody was. It was a free for all over there. That Sister Raw B was ripping them a new asshole over there. It was a free for all. I did not know that there were some things that should not be said because they were saying everything over there. I was never. You see what I'm saying? I was told I was disciplined without being told the rules initially. You follow? I was disciplined without. If you told me up front, hey, brother, we're not gonna say anything about this brother here. You know what I mean? And for at least a couple of days, all we doing is talking about his good memory. But no, I see this. I'm waiting 45 minutes and I got to watch them saying all kinds of different stuff about him. So I did not know the rules. So now I get there and they invite me to speak. So I addressed the whole issue I even got on there to talk about was Black Man Unfiltered saying something about Malcolm that was untrue. Brother Malcolm X. I cleared that situation up. And then but before I could get to that question, another question was asked about Kevin Samuels. So that's when I went in and did that. But I didn't even get hey, brother, I didn't get a chin check or nothing. I just got immediately kicked all the way off the program. Now, that's not your fault. can't hold you responsible for that. But what I can do is ask you, what did I say that you felt, because I saw you were in cahoots with them, you said that I was saying something that's disrespectful, and you still haven't told me what exactly about what I said may have not been necessary. But what did I say that was disrespectful to this man?
Well, I said like 3 times. You said
I'm
that
not doing a live stream. I'm not doing a live stream. I'm not doing a live stream on a man that passed away. I'm not doing that. His family hasn't even come out and publicly acknowledged the fact that his death made this is absolutely the truth. I'm not doing that. So how am I a worse person than the ones that's actually doing the live stream about the man?
The people that was Roby, I didn't really respond to her because she was saying a lot of things that was wrong. So I'm not people that come on platforms that say a lot of wrong stuff. I make sure I don't even converse with them because it's pointless. I don't want to argue. We have different talking points, and I'm not going to argue. If a woman wants to be a HOE or a woman wants to have a high body count, and a woman wants to argue that it's okay for a woman to have a high body count, I'm not going to argue with that. It's like, okay, if you want to do that, then just don't have no. All I care about is just don't have no kids, so the kids don't have multiple fathers. That's all I care about. But what I feel, what you said it was disrespectful on a man that just passed away today was that he died alone. He tells other women he's going to die alone. He tells other women they're going to die alone, and he died alone. So,
okay. I'm asking you.
But can I ask a question
about that?
Y'all can ask me a million questions. You asked me and I answered it. That was disrespectful.
But
no. I said what about that was disrespectful?
But
because just because you saying that's disrespectful doesn't mean that's disrespectful. What about that was disrespectful? Because he tells women every day. That's not disrespectful to the women that he tells. It's only disrespectful when he said to him on the day that he passed away. Right?
But to be fair, Brother Clarence, to be fair, if those women know the kind of show he's running, they should expect that already, and they should know that when they call in, hey, those are the rules of the dungeon. That's what it is, Thunderdome. Well, they like it or
but
not.
Here's the reality.
What rules, Marcus?
But let's be clear about this, okay? Here's the thing.
There's a pattern.
I'm fine.
But let's also
fine.
But hold on.
Yes,
let's be
go
honest
ahead.
with each other. Let's not fool ourselves. If a person knows the track record of a pattern on a set program, whether it's TV, cable box television, YouTube, private Twitch, whatever it is, Patreon, we should know by now how a person moves, what they do. This wasn't the first time Kevin be talking to him, women like that. He talked to men way worse. And remember, I first heard of Kevin 3 or 4 years ago. I remember seeing that stuff. So women kept calling in left and right. And you guys, all the public information that was out there.
Question. God, just one thing. Again, if it is disrespectful to say someone's going to die alone, I think it is equally as disrespectful to be even speaking of the dead on the day that the person died. That is not normal behavior. Usually when a person, take this YouTube shit away. Normally when a person dies, people are just they spend the next 2 days passing out notifying fucking people. No one's sitting around talking about them at all because that's considered in poor taste.
I agree with you, Rico. So if in fact grieve differently though.
No, I'm just sitting there saying is that so what I'm saying is, and even when we go to the condition of
I'm not grieving.
Hold on, Rico.
I get you. I know, AR. You're not. I know.
Right. But
even when people, could it possibly been too soon for that statement asking for a friend? I get you, Vaughn, and it may have been in their perspective. But Vaughn, if they had told me the kind of party it was before, hey, brother, we're not saying anything about the brother except we only remembering the good about him. But see, I got caught in the crossfire.
When someone died the same day, they have to tell you that, hey, let's only speak positive about someone that passed away today. When
I see when I'm looking,
we have to tell you that.
Listen to me. When I see Black Man Unfiltered and Raw B going at it, I come there, I see them going at it. Raw B is saying everything about Black men. They don't kick her off. They didn't check her. They didn't say nothing to her.
Because it wasn't about
How am I supposed to know?
Sir Ale
How
SKeetz
am I supposed to know? Wait a minute.
Okay,
How am I supposed to know that rule doesn't apply to me?
Clarence, hold on for 1 second. Because AR, I'm gonna break your heart about one more person.
I'm gonna answer your question, Ron.
Let me finish for 1 second, Clarence. I'm gonna break your heart about one more person that I know you feel near and dear to, that I guarantee you on the day of his demise, they are going to drag his ass 2 minutes after they hear about it. And you know who I'm talking about. So what I'm sitting there saying is, if you go through life and you are a polarizing figure, when you meet the day of your demise, you do not get the same courtesy as a non-polarizing figure. And we fucking know that. We know that. We have got to admit, when we are talking about Mr. Samuels, we are not talking about AR, Marcus, Rico, or Clarence. We are not talking about people who are not highly polarizing. If you go through life as a highly polarizing figure for whatever reason, on the day of your demise, you better believe people on the other side will be fucking celebrate. There will be a few people that will celebrate when me, Clarence, you, and Marcus is gone. But when you know you're a highly polarizing figure, you're going to have them out of the masses. So we can't, even if we support that person, we can't be snowflake. You need to gird yourself that when this person goes, that this is what we're going to have to endure. We know that. You can't be a polarizing figure in history, and when you meet the day of your demise, yes, you are going to be judged by the things you did when you were alive, and it will be a lot of negative feedback immediately. So you guys have got to. It's like you guys want Kevin to be treated.
You want to come up, Vaughn?
Someone who was never polarizing,
you were
and
there
that's
as
not
well.
the case.
You want to
we
come
know
up?
that's not
Rico,
realistic,
if you want to
right?
come up,
Rico,
I'll link up there for you.
If you're going on a platform that's pro Kevin, it's pro Kevin.
I didn't know the platform was pro Kevin.
The platform is pro Kevin. I'm pro Kevin, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't even go.
As far as not everything basically what he says, most stuff he says like buy a dog, die alone is true, because a lot of these women are getting older and they still have these crazy standards that's preventing them from getting a person they could have probably got 20 years ago.
But AR, that
so
fit,
what I'm saying
fit
that
with, the irony is he fit within that. He fit within that, though. That's the irony of it. That everybody pointed out: his age, his marital status, everything.
But
that's the irony of it, and that's why it's so prophetic.
Okay, but he's not alone. He's not alone.
I don't know.
Though. But he just anyway. So the whole point being is that these ladies that call up on him, they're having relationship issues. I don't believe Kevin Samuels is having those same issues. Regardless of everything else, he has money. He's not having those issues, right? But these ladies,
go ahead.
He's not. These ladies are having those issues. My thing is that if a platform is pro Kevin, now the day that Kevin died, if you don't know the platform is pro Kevin,
if it's a pro Kevin platform, I wouldn't go up there and say anything negative. It's a pro Fat.
What I'm saying is that you probably shouldn't even show up until you find out more about the platform, right? But you're right.
I mean, if he's alive, I wouldn't say anything because it's pointless. It's a pro Kevin,
Unless you want to have that debate. But now that he passed away today, I personally listen. If I have something negative to say about someone that just died today, if I won't go with Doctor Umar died today, and it's a pro Umar platform, right? I'm not gonna. I won't even call up on it and talk about how much money he stole from his own people. I won't even mention the donations. I would say, okay, let me just be quiet because he passed away just today.
Because here's the thing that I say is, like I told somebody earlier, I'm like, black men will be celebrating on Cynthia G's day of demise. They will be. They're not. It's no sense in them acting like they're not going to celebrate the same way. They know the polarizing and divisive statements that she made, so they're going to celebrate it.
But to be fair, Cynthia G was the one that was
y'all.
No, all I'm saying is
let me let Vaughn check in.
Let
me let Vaughn check in. Rico, let me let Vaughn check in.
Go ahead.
I don't know how long he's got to be here, but let me let him check in real quick. Vaughn, you got something to say, brother?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you allowing me on the platform, and it's good to see everybody. Marcus, brother Rico, brother Rico.
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Big Brian?
All right. So listen, here's the thing, man. By the time you came into that stream, it was already like, I mean, emotions were flying. So if you had came in when you came in, it was probably no way of you knowing, you know, how everybody was moving and vibing. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
And I do know prior to you getting on there, I believe Black Man Unfiltered, someone had already stated that, hey man, I'm not gonna allow nobody to be getting up here and, you know, saying this and that, you know, because
I didn't know that.
A lot of people are taking his demise, unfortunately, you know, very, very hard. They're taking it very much to heart, you know, and I can understand that, you know, because this brother made a great mark, you know.
Absolutely.
I didn't always agree with his concepts, and I'll be honest about that, you know. But I don't wish.
I was one of his subscribers, Vaughn.
Exactly. Okay, so I get it. But I think that we have to be very careful when it's very fresh. You know, people are often very sensitive about what's being said about someone who just passed, if they feel such a close connection to them, you know. But I'm not saying that they're right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, you know, but it's kind of how you came in the conversation. And unknowingly, because if you look back at it, when you came in, what you heard was basically a lot of people going at each other.
Correct.
You know,
Thank
and
you.
I remember that. And to me, I thought that the conversation should have not even gone that way at all, period. You know, we were getting on here to discuss this brother's demise and to you know, kind of talk about things that we thought that benefited us from, you know, his presence.
Let me ask you a question, Ron.
Yes, sir.
You're right. But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
With all due respect, now, could they have said to me, brother, we're not going at the time they even thought that I was going to say something that they felt was disrespectful, because my intention was never to disrespect him. I had a lot of respect for the man. I just was stating something that I felt was a tragedy, in my opinion. I was just stating that I thought it was tragic that he had to go out like that. So I was just talking. So, but do you think that they could have said to me, instead of just kicking me all the way off the program, they could have said to me, brother, we know you may have some disagreements with him, but we're not talking about that right now. Only thing we're talking about is the impact he had in a positive way about everybody. Do you think that could have happened, besides me being kicked all the way off the program?
Well, I think it could have happened, you know, but sometimes when we're making a point, and I'm guilty of this as well, sometimes when we're making a point, we want to continue to make it until we feel that it's finished. Sometimes that point is already made. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we may take it a step just a smidget further. And sometimes this happens, and this is where misunderstandings start a lot of times. And I've witnessed this a lot. Now, yeah, I think that you should have been able to remain on the panel, but I can understand some of their frustrations, because it was already said earlier how a lot of females were using that same talking point, and how that a lot of the people on the panel felt that, you know, how dare you say that, you know, at a person's demise, you know. Yeah, he may have said this to other people, and you brought out a truthful point. It's just like, I don't know, you know how a comedian says they say what they say and then they say too soon, right? You know, it was kind of that kind of too soon, right? You know, it was kind of that.
I say something. Well, go for it, Eeyore. Go.
Yeah, yes, but what I want to say is that by the time the only reason why I called on was just to say what I appreciate of Kevin Samuels. But by the time I got on there, I was hearing a lot of yelling between one woman, the avatar, I forgot her name, and
Robbie, yeah,
that's her name, Robbie, and
Mandrill.
I think Unfiltered,
Robbie, right?
And I was like, okay, I'm on the wrong. I was like, okay, I'm on the wrong place. I don't even have the energy to go back and forth, so it threw me off. So honestly, if they kicked me off, I will be cool with it.
You got kicked off too?
No, I'm saying if they did, I wouldn't even mind, because when I was listening on YouTube, like, oh, this is something I want to join. By the time I clicked the StreamYard link and I came back, I just heard a lot of yelling back and forth about body counts. And I was like, okay, we're supposed to be talking about how positive about Kevin Samuels. Why am I on a stream talking about? It's a conversation I'm just totally not interested in. So, and it was yelling at each other. It was joking around and stuff like that. But it was just chaotic, and that's not something that I wanted to be a part of. Like that conversation on a Sunday. So by the time I got on, I was like, okay, what am I listening to?
Right. No, and I get it. I was a part of it, and I don't get me wrong, I have a great deal of respect for Sir Ale SKeetz.
Absolutely.
I moderate for it. I moderate for his channel, but I don't always necessarily agree with everything that Sir Ale SKeetz says. You see what I'm saying? And I may not agree with what some of you all say at times, and you may not agree with what I say at times.
I don't know, Mr. Bryant. I don't know if you were there when not Kevin Sam, Will Smith was there, and I got it. Listen, there's streams where you can get at it with them. Because when the Will Smith thing was going off, I went at it with Sir Ale and Unfiltered.
Yeah. This is the thing. I don't like to get into that kind of shit with people.
I sometimes do.
And here's why. No, and I'm just going to be honest. Here's why I don't like to get into that kind of shit. It's unfruitful for me. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, wow, I've lived all this time to make it to 60, and I have better shit to do with my time than to go back and forth with you debating the fact that the sky is blue. I mean, come on now. I mean, is it that much of a debate issue?
No, what I wanted to tell Brother Clarence is that that platform is not always get along. They do go at it. He gives them some time to go at it and resolve the issues. The only thing is that it's at this time, depending on the person, it is very sensitive. Now, do I believe? I believe people. I believe, like what Rico was saying, I do believe people kind of care. I guess care in a sense, because I care. But I can't cry or feel real empathy. I don't know Kevin Samuels where, like, when a celebrity, I probably would have cried more when Betty White died. I was like, damn, how did that happen? But I don't feel that the empathy for Kevin Samuels. It's very unfortunate. If I did, Brother Clarence, I won't be on here right now talking to you. I will give myself about a week off of.
I appreciate you, brother. You showed me a lot. You showed me a lot just by stepping up and coming over here.
And listen, I want
to add this.
Most of your respect back in your cup from me just by coming over here.
But I want to add this real quick because I didn't even know.
Same thing with you, Vaughn.
I didn't know because I have respect for them because they treat me with respect over there on those platforms, just like you guys do here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them that as well. The difference is I didn't know that Brother Clarence said about you, AR, because I came in late, just like you came in late to some of those streams. So I was just catching up. So when you came up and you said that, I was like, okay, whoa, like I'm glad that at least you took accountability, Brother Clarence, because the same way that people give out advice, so you got to make sure you can on yours as well.
But
I know it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what happened between you and Sir Ale and the whole stuff.
Yeah.
There's a history there that we're not going to get into it too much, but hopefully.
I really don't have a history with him.
But
I'm a subscriber of his.
But let me say,
but what I mean with the Clarence is the history between that network in general.
Oh, right. I got you.
But Clarence, let me say this. So that was why I asked you, AR, because I was like, well, damn, it seemed like I said, I seen 50 fucking people screaming about this man's demise. So I'm sitting there like, well, I know they don't give a fuck, because if they cared, they'd be somewhere crying their eyes out. So obviously these are people that's detached from the person.
Rico, around 1 o'clock today, I got a phone call, and this person was telling me, I'm not gonna say who, this person was telling me, yo, I think Kevin Samuels died. It's like, yo, now's the time for us to make a lot of streams, because his subscribers are gonna be looking for new content. And I'm like, what did you just say? Who passed away? And I'm just, man, some people are just, they're cold. I mean, I get it.
They don't give a fuck.
They're cold, bro. Like,
And that was my whole point. So then humanity. I'm saying to myself that, okay, if you're the first on the press, then you can't be being upset, because obviously you don't give a shit. Let's be honest with it. It's you're hot off the press, pressing the news. What the fuck are you being all sensitive about? You should be the most thick-skinned motherfucker because you just looking at your dollar signs because your behavior is showing that to me. Because so I look at it like that. Now here's the even worse part about it is I'm literally saying to myself, okay. And nobody, I'm like, I always said, okay, I hate to follow the nigga news because so far that's all that's reporting it. I still ain't seen no real credible source report this to be verified, but I'm gonna take it as for what it is because it's gonna be a hell of a hoax if it's a hoax.
You say nigga news.
Yeah, because
Lord.
YouTube,
It's
YouTube and all this
unverified.
other shit, right?
It's unverified.
So I'm like, I ain't
World Star.
believing it, but I'm gonna go with it. But my thing is, if it is in fact true, can you, for all of the pro Kevin places, this is just the beginning because the rumors about what's going to be the cause of it is going to get even fucking worse. It's not going to end the people that's celebrating and dancing. Motherfuckers already talking about Red Bull and this. I'm like, come on, man. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Lord, don't let it end up being a drug concoction. I'm like, it could be a Heath Ledger thing. I don't know because
And
we
we
don't know what
probably would
people's
never know.
lives are like. And obviously, once it happens, it's going to eventually come out. So I'm like, if you are a fan, you better stiffen up your fucking spine for all the other shit that's going to come out when a person is no longer here to defend themselves. And we don't know what skeletons people got in their closet. So that's all I'm sitting there saying is I'm like, I didn't get the people I see, to include people who claim they had this super loving relationship. Anton Daniel, oh, he was my best friend ever. I'm like, but motherfucker, you streaming. If it was a real friend of mine, you wouldn't see me online for 3-4 days because I would be processing. If it's a real friend, if you see me the same day, I ain't give a fuck about him that much. I just don't.
Well,
But
I guess the content creators, and
but
I
if it's a
aspire
real
to be
genuine
one day, maybe,
friendship,
but the content creators, they feel like it's their duty to,
no, not if
if
it's.
there's some breaking news, you know what I'm
But
saying?
look, right?
Because listen,
if
all of
you're
the people I
detached,
subscribed to were live at the same time.
but
I
right,
was
but
like,
this is what I'm
damn, what's
saying.
going on?
But
That
if
makes
I were
perfect.
to go live, it's okay because I don't feel connected to Kevin
But
Samuels.
exactly.
He's saying that the people that's really
Yeah.
connected to. I don't know. I'm not here to judge people. People grieve in different ways and stuff like that.
No. But here's let me tell you why. Because I'll tell you this: professional journalists, when they have a death in the family, they're off the news for a couple of days. These are professionals who went to school, who do it for a living. They don't even go live the same fucking day. They take a day or two to process. That's the normal human emotion. If you don't process because your brother died or your mother died or your father died, you're a fucked up individual. That's just it. Something's broken in you. That is a human thing. You have to say, look, I need a day or two to process this reality. They all come back. So you can miss me with the news. So when I see these people do it, I'm like, okay, y'all wasn't that serious about it. Good, go do your job. But don't get up there talking about, oh, he was my best friend since the 3rd grade. No, he fucking wasn't, because if he was, you wouldn't be up here telling us. Not today. Maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Can I tell you something, Rico, real quick before you keep going on? Go ahead. There was an artist that passed away 5 years ago from self-deletion. He hung himself. He was the lead singer of Linkin Park. But I was never met him. I went to concerts, but I never really got to shake his hand or hang out with him. But his music touched me in a way where it got me through some really tough times. I never knew about him. But I made a post and I went live like years ago because of what happened to him. Because the year prior or months prior, a friend from another lead singer from another band passed away the same way. So I took it very seriously. Now, the way I grieved, I wasn't doing it for likes or views. I did it because of what that person, his music, his lyrics meant to me, because of what they went through. So like AR said, like I said earlier, like somebody else in the chat said, grief can hit people in different ways. We're not here to judge. I'm definitely not going to judge nobody for talking about it, incentivizing on it, whatever it is. It is what it is. Now, we both agreed there's fucked up individuals that are cold as hell.
Yeah.
And there's people that are more compassionate, more empathetic. I felt a little bit empathy and compassionate. I didn't agree with a lot, I agree with majority of Kevin's points. There is a minority of points that I didn't agree with on Kevin.
But Marcus, the example you gave is a person you didn't know. I would expect someone to go live or opine about that. We're talking about people who said they had a personal face-to-face in real life relationship with him. Those are the people I'm questioning. How could they go live? So if I see you go live, then my assumption is you didn't have the depth of the relationship that you're describing. That's what's happening.
I get that, Rico. But I got these two gentlemen here.
Mm-hmm.
They soldiered up and came over here. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, bro, Clarence, you already took accountability with what you talked to AR.
I jumped the gun.
I don't have no
look. I jumped the gun on that one, AR. So
it's all good, man. You know,
to say I will retract that statement. I did feel that I still don't agree with your comment, but you got a right to feel the way you feel. I got a right the way I feel. But what I said about you, that was out of line. So I don't want to.
The thing too is like you said, it's not
that statement. I don't even know you to even make that comment yet. So
it's not my again. It's not my platform. Like listen, I'm on a lot of people's platforms, and I sometimes look at it and like, why the fuck did why did I come up on here? A lot of times sitting on the platform, they're like, okay, how can I make my exit? What's going on here? You know? So a lot of stuff, man, is you know, it's just like the way you was kicked off. When you're on someone else's platform, right now you can mute me. If I came on here, motherfucker, you could just I don't have no control. And it feels a little, as a content creator, going on someone else's platform, it feels weird when you're trying to make a point and they mute, remove, and it's like, okay, it's a little weird, you know. But from what I know, personally, Sir Hill's cool. From what I know, Sir
I'm one of his subscribers.
I had issues with him as well, not personal, but just YouTube shit, you know, with the Will Smith slap. But he is a very down to earth dude, and still connect with him.
He's very down to earth. He's very down to earth.
Like you'll have a conversation with him behind the scenes, and just like you told me, AR, I don't agree with you. He'll take accountability. Oh, really? I removed. You know what? I probably did remove you a little bit too soon.
Well, you know, he already made a statement prior, before Brother Clarence got on there, and he was really sharing the situation of how he felt, you know, very emotional about Kevin Samuel's demise, and he went on to say, and he went on to say how much of a mentor in some type of way that he was, and he really wasn't himself. So he did share that, you know, basically he wasn't even cammed up because, you know, he just said that I don't have the smoke today. You know, so he was very emotional about the situation.
But if that's the case, should they not have been fucking screaming?
Well, see,
which is what I said.
But okay, now listen, Rico, I agree with you on that part. I did feel like the conversation, it took a turn in the words of Sir Ale SKeetz. I love when he says that, ladies and gentlemen, the conversation is about to take a turn.
Yeah,
and so it took a lot of different turns. And I was surprised that was being allowed. You know what I'm saying? But, you know,
but
it is what it is.
Vaughn, you can see how I came into, when I came into it, just like AR said, when I came into it, I see this verbal altercation going on. And this lady is talking about all the things she don't like about Kevin Samuels, and Black Man Unfiltered is talking about all the things he cares about. So there was no guardrail. I was not. I wasn't there when Sir Harold said, "Oh well, I'm feeling." You think I would have went on the man's platform and said something to offend him if I had known he had said that? I wouldn't have I wouldn't even went on his platform.
I don't think you were being intentional. And you know what? Exactly. I don't believe that Sir Harold is going to hold that against you. I'm pretty sure that you could talk to him at a later date, and you know that should be squashed. It should be fine.
Look, this is the way I'm looking at it. If you guys can see that I wasn't intentional, then I can look at it and say, well, maybe they weren't intentional. Maybe they mistook the situation, just like I mistook the situation. Because I mistook the situation like, hey, it's a free-for-all. I didn't hear nothing about none of that other stuff going on. I had this happen to me on a lead attorney before one time, and the lead attorney had to apologize to me publicly on his platform. So I understand things like this can happen where you just walk into something, you're not knowing
exactly
the situation, and that can happen. But I was hot like fish grease, Vaughn.
Oh, I know you
was hot
was.
like fish grease.
I'm surprised that you did a live now, because when I got off from moderating over there and I said, wait a minute, this brother's live. And then I saw, what do they call that? The thumbnail or whatever you write down there. And I said, let me go over here and see what's happening.
I was hot. I even called this man.
But you know what?
I called this man out of his name, Vaughn. I called this man out of his name. I don't even know him. I called this man out of his name. I was so upset. Right?
Wait a minute. You called?
I apologize to you about that, brother.
He is a little punkish. He is a little punkish.
Everybody over there. I was so hot.
Can I ask you a quick question, bro, Clarence?
Oh man.
I was very hot about it, man. So if I'm going to try to teach,
I had to take my shot.
I'm gonna have to be a man about it and say, okay, I have to back up off of this because I don't know none of those guys over there. I just felt that it was a conspiracy against me, and I thought it was intentional at the time. But in hearing you talk, Vaughn, I could see how our lines just got crossed.
Yeah, brother,
right? Your lines just got crossed, and that happens between
AL's a good dude, but you be cussing his ass out tomorrow. You'll cuss him out tomorrow. He'll make you cuss him out again tomorw. Don't worry. He's a good dude.
But like Rico knows
he actually did. Right, Rico, I could cuss him out on something he actually did. He didn't do anything.
Tomorrow.
He just got caught in the crossfire.
That's a question I have for everybody. Is there any way that you guys can catch me up on what's going on? I mean, I just finished doing like 4 hours of streaming about Kevin Samuels dying, so I'm a little late.
It was something that happened.
Short version. Let me give him the short version. I went over to Sir Ale. I was going across the YouTube space, and I heard Black Man Unfiltered on Sir Ale Speaks say something about Brother Malcolm that was incorrect. So my goal was to get on there real quick, say something about that, correct that issue, and then get off of there. That was my goal. When I got on the platform, they pulled me up, but I didn't get a chance to speak right away because Black Man Unfiltered and this chick, sister Raw B, was going back and forth about Kevin Samuels. Raw B was saying some of the bad she didn't like, and Black Man Unfiltered was saying some of the stuff he was trying to change. Right, so it was just an exchange. It was a free fall. Now I get on there. By the time I get a chance, that went on for about 30-40 minutes, right? So by the time I get a chance to address the initial issue that I got on the platform to deal with, then asked another question about Kevin Samuels. What do you think about any issue? I forgot the exact way they worded it, but basically, so I addressed the issue with Malcolm. Then I said, "Oh yeah, unfortunately the brother passed and this, and then I said, but it's kind of ironic that that he's always saying certain situation. Oh, I know what I said. I said that I disagreed with him on certain different things, and I should disagree with him on the fact that he was saying certain things about if you married and you're making a lot of money, you can go having adulterous relationships. And so I said that they let that one go. Then I said, oh, and also it's kind of ironic that he said that, all these women are going to die alone, and that may have happened to him. And where I was going with that is that's a tragic situation if it's the truth. We don't know it's the truth, but it's a tragic situation if it is. They didn't even let me get there. They said, oh, no, you ain't doing that. Boom, I'm out of there, right?
Yeah, you were definitely in deep waters at that time.
Yeah, and didn't know it, right?
Can I make something perfectly clear right now, though, bro, Clarence, before we go? Like, yes, just because we're having this discussion here, that doesn't mean we're going to send drama over there, because that place is
no.
More chill spot.
Don't do that. More people don't do that. They know I ain't
with that. Mine too.
Yeah, but you're saying Sir Ale Speaks kicked you off of his platform for what reason again? What did you do that was wrong?
They had already set a standard by which they didn't want Kevin Samuels to be discussed in a derogatory light.
You mean a critical light? Because it sounded like you were being derogatory. It sounds like you were just using some critical thoughts.
See, that's the point of contention, Mr. Real Estate. Was I being derogatory, or was I just being critical, or did I even know? I was never given the rules. I was supposed to play in a certain square footage of area.
And you didn't get the memo.
I did not get the memo. Thank you.
So how can they be mad at you for one, not getting the memo, and for two, just speaking a critical fact?
Here's what I thought should have happened. And this is why I was telling Brother Vaughn. I was saying that, hey, maybe they should have should have did a chin check. They should have said, hey, brother, we're not talking about anything outside of these parameters about Kevin. This is a thing the brother just said this. You wasn't here. The brother said that, right? Mm-hmm. And Vaughn, he ain't fast enough to pull me to the side and say, Clarence, wait, right? Vaughn, we gotta get you some skates or something, brother. You gotta get you some skates.
Listen, I'm in the back. I'm in the back moderating, so
I mean,
I'm trying to deal with the chat.
It would be even more befitting to at least mute you and then give you the warning, at least stop you in your tracks and then give you the warning. But to just
you know what? Listen, if you look back at the tape, I'm old, so I say tape and stuff like that. But if you look back at the footage, okay, you may be able to see maybe where the conversation began to have that dip, because I find that a lot when I'm on platforms and I'm speaking. Sometimes I go back and I relook at it again, especially if there's a debate that happened, or if there was a disagreement or something like that. I like to know where the disconnect was. So I will go back and I will relook at it again to say, well, okay, well, wait a minute. I looked at it again and I don't see where it was my fault where the disconnect was. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody looks at it differently. You know what I mean? So it's just like the blind people all touching an elephant, and somebody says, oh, well, it's rough. Oh, well, this part, well, the elephant is smooth. Maybe you're touching the smooth part of it. So we all see things differently sometimes. And so, just go back and look at the tape. I don't believe that there was any harm meant by it. It was definitely a misunderstanding, between men.
Here's the number one thing.
Yes, sir.
I don't want them to paint me as I'm out here trying to disrespect a dead man or who.
No, I don't think they would do that. I don't.
People who are easily triggered try to do that. Yeah.
I don't believe. You know what? From what I do know about Sir Ale SKeetz, he has integrity and he doesn't do that type of stuff.
It seemed like that type of brother.
How can we say that if the man just kicked somebody off for damn near no reason?
Well, you know what? That was well. Let me just say. Let me just say this.
I thought so.
Wait, let me just say this, and I want you to understand. I'm not trying to be on anyone's side. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like I was sharing with you before, he was a little bit emotional and not basically himself, because I was surprised that he did that. Okay.
This sounds like everybody apologizing for Will Smith slapping him. Oh, he wasn't emotional. It was if you're a content creator and
one thing is a death.
Ease up just a minute, Mr. Real Estate.
Yeah, it's really no point of contention. It's no point of contention with me here. I came over here to just share with you because I know you were speaking about it.
Free space to say what
and so I thought I would come and share my perspective
over here.
Yeah, well, I just thought I would come and share my perspective of what I saw.
Give me some specifics, because I'm not trying to come off charge or anything. I'm just saying we have to judge content creators by how they manage their platform, right?
Hold on, Mr. Real Estate. I get where you're coming from, Mr. Real Estate, but hold tight just a minute, because I got the brother over here, and I want him to be free to say what he got to say, whether it's good or bad.
I should just mute myself and not say anything in regards to him?
Yeah. Just hold on tight, Mr. Real Estate. Hold tight. All right, so because I do want to talk to you. But let me finish with Vaughn first. Okay, Vaughn, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so what I'm saying is it's unfortunate that happened. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making excuses for anyone, because I was there. I watched the conversation from the beginning all the way up to the climax of what actually happened with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm I'm not partial because it's Sir Ale SKeetz and I moderate over there. You know what I'm saying? I came over here just to share my perspective,
And I see that you're sincere with that.
Yeah, and it's also a litmus test as well as to why I'm over here, because I want to make sure that people understand that I can traffic over here, over there, and everywhere. And sometimes people feel, I'm sorry, somebody said something? Oh, I thought somebody
No,
we couldn't.
You went out for a second.
Oh,
you went out for a second of me calling you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You good, man. You good.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I just want to make sure that people understand that, I come from a good place,
I see that.
And I'm not the type of person that deals in bullshit. I like the truth. I like fairness, and I like people to be real. when it comes to a conversation. And so I appreciate that about your platform when I watched you earlier this day, you know. So I felt like it was a place where I can come and share. Now, when that happened, I said, oh, wow, you know, now this happened to Brother Clarence, you know what I'm saying? So
Man.
I just wanted to come over and just share with you, you know, I feel bad that happened. You know,
Okay.
I do understand why it happened. Should it have happened? I mean, it could have been dealt with a little bit better, but
Vaughn,
this is where we're at. So,
okay, well, this is where we're at, Vaughn. What should happen moving forward? What should happen moving forward?
Well, I think what should happen moving forward is this. You know, I don't believe that it should be any type of beef between anybody.
No,
because this is the bullshit that we see a lot in these YouTube spaces anyway. It's like we can't get together. It's always something happening, and this person fell out with that person, and you know, it gets to be a bit challenging at times, even being in these spaces sometimes. So moving forward, this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could set some time aside to speak to
Shout out to Sir Ale SKeetz,
because I know that he's not beyond speaking to you.
Well,
you know what I'm
saying?
G'd
up and came into the chat, so shout out to him.
Well, see, there you go. So I mean, I don't think it's something that we have to blow up and make it big. Now, unfortunately, like I said, you know, I'm sorry that happened to you. You know, but you didn't understand the tension that was going on in the beginning of the conversation. So if you go back and look at it all, then you may kind of see what you know what I'm saying.
Okay. So this is what let's do this, Vaughn. Let's do this. Since the brother came over and he was man enough and soldiered up to come over here and tell me personally that it was on him, why don't me and him have a conversation behind the scenes about the situation?
That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay, let's do that.
Because from what I know about Sir Ale SKeetz, he's a man of integrity, and he doesn't really roll like that. Now, listen. We all make mistakes, you know. So nobody on the panel, sit around and say that, oh, everything that's come out of my mouth is correct and every point I had was right. It's not always right. Sometimes we are apt to err. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Easy, Mr.
And Brother Clarence, real quick before you, real quick. Hey, bro, Clarence, if you want to drop any of us,
you said what, bro, Clarence?
I say easy. I see your face curling up. Easy. Relax back there.
If you want to drop any of us down.
Okay, good.
You can't make facial expressions now, neither.
What you say, Mark?
I'm just saying real quick. If you want to drop us down to have more of a privacy between y'all, we can drop down if you want. Let us know.
Okay, I don't think unless any of these other guys, I don't mind anybody being up here with with me and Sir Ale. Now, if Sir Ale wants to talk to me behind the scenes, I'm willing to deal with that. Sir Ale, you there?
Yeah, man, just came over here really quick, bro. Count tonight is nothing.
Okay.
Tonight was an interesting night, so they don't take that as anything else than what it was. I kicked you off. I kicked a couple people off. I just didn't want to spoil Kevin Samuel's name. That guy is why I'm in YouTube. So,
okay.
If I offended you, bro, that's on me. Let me take that one. Vaughn, I appreciate you, but yeah, I don't want to make this nothing that it's not.
Yes.
Okay. I can deal with that, but brother, I still think we might need to have a chat behind the scenes, if you don't mind. Sir Ale? Well,
just threw my email behind. And Mr. Real Estate, what's going on with you, man? You seem interesting. I just threw my email in the back for you.
Was that
okay? Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And then the same thing is on Instagram, Sir Ale SKeetz. So either one, we good.
Okay, got you, brother.
Sir Ale, what up, man?
What's up? Oh, what's up, man?
What up, Sir Ale? Salute to you.
Hey, what up, Sir Marcus? What up, Rico?
Shout out to Be Easy. He said Emery can't talk, can't make facial expressions, can't breathe.
Yeah. We got you on lockdown, Mr. Real Estate. We got you on lockdown. All right, so
I got to get back to the show. This wants to come up, bro.
When lockdown's not in fact.
No.
I did want to just ask the panel a question, if I could. And I think that maybe sometimes I think this is how I'll say me and Clarence, I'm gonna speak for just me and Clarence, how we sometimes get sideways with some of the other content creators and spaces, because there is sort of like this unspoken rule that there seems to be like I guess I've heard it termed an Illuminati, where like me and Clarence understand that, I always tell people, I say it repeatedly every time we on the stream. I don't do this on YouTube to curry favor or for coin. It's not what I'm here for. We're just here to have a conversation. I do know that some content creators, I'm not going to name any, I don't know, I don't have any speculation that it's a big thing for them to collaborate, get with certain content creators, form all of these alliances and allegiance. Clarence like to call one platform the mothership. He likes to say things is like the super friends, and we get that. So we feel like sometimes, even though we're trying to make our little niche space, we feel like sometimes people try to box us out and try to mandate and dictate that we move in a way that they move. And we're honest to God, we're going to resist it. Don't dare come over here and try to tell us how we have to conduct our business, because I've even had someone just the other day tell us, well, it's a business. It's not a business for me and Clarence. It's not. I don't give a damn if I'm not in this for money. I'm really not. I'm here to share my thoughts with like-minded people. And if I learn something, I learn something. If I can impart something, I can impart something. I'm not going to be a slave to coin, because I don't even think this is a highly lucrative business to begin with. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But in this space, we do see where certain people feel like they're trying to create these hierarchies. Also, if I'm at a certain level and I got a certain number of subs, then all of a sudden my message is more important than yours. And I see people with 3, 4, 500,000 subs, and they're just talking just shit. It's just regurgitated shit, things that's not even helpful for the community, but that's their thing. If that's their program, that's their program. That doesn't impress me. It doesn't move me. I'm not dictated by it. So that I do see where, I know in particular for myself and Clarence and probably some other content creators, but right now this is the only space that I'm aligned with, where I think unnecessary points of contention come up from that, because heaven forbid we got 500 subs, somebody come over here with 2,000 subs and think they're going to talk down to us. As me and Clarence said, I done forgot more shit than most of y'all know, other than maybe Brother Brian. Okay. You can't be coming over here gaslighting me, thinking that you're going to just, run some bullshit on us because you got more subs. That's just a ridiculous point to me, a ridiculous argument, especially if you got 8-9 years on the game. I would hope you would have more.
Shout out to the good doctor.
So I only say that because I don't know where people or certain content creators thought process come from. If, oh, I've been over on the lead attorney. Okay, so what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? People do think weirdly in this space about other content creators. Like, oh, if he shouted me out, I've been anointed. Oh, he ain't shout you out, so you ain't shit. So I think that, as content creators, we need to be careful what we think about other content creators, simply because maybe we've had a little bit of success or a whole lot of success. Just like, we can get success fast, we can lose it fast. I just think we should be mindful of that. I only say that because I think I've seen people who came into this space who started humble, and then all of a sudden, they turned into something else. It's like, go ahead and do your thing.
I'm one of them, because if I shout you out, if I even bring your platform, you should be like kissing my feet. I'm not even joking. You should be happy I brought you.
I don't know about that, sir. I'm just, I have to be as real. Listen, I got to be as real as I can about that, because I don't have a platform. So, but what I'm saying, I'm not kissing nobody's feet for no reason whatsoever. I don't care what kind of platform you have, what kind of numbers you have. I don't see myself kissing anybody's feet.
Thank you.
You know, and for me to and for you to invite me to your feed is quite offensive. That's what I'm saying.
That was the point.
Cheesy ass feet, they are.
You know what I'm saying?
But that is that was a legitimate point that I was discussing, because I mean, I know I'm not the only person who have seen that in this space. Where some content creators get to a point where they think they're high up enough in the hierarchy that they can start dictating to other content creators.
Yeah.
You know, like you're a subsidiary of theirs of some kind. And it's like, y'all better knock it off. You know, so I just think, you know, that's not what the program we're on. And then, of course, if you resist it, then you're looked at as a problem. Like, why I got to be a problem because I don't let you tell me what to do? That's crazy.
That's right. Feet smoochers.
Vaughn, that's where I was going, because this has happened to us before, and I'm trying to make sure that people know don't put us in this bag, because
exactly. And because I'm over here, don't put me in no kind of bag.
Exactly,
because I'm over here to be truthful and honest. I want to be like that everywhere that I go. You see what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
It doesn't matter whose platform it is. I don't have to be one way over here and another way over there. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. And so I can't be this way over here and that way over there. That's unstable.
And that's the funny thing, Vaughn. You will get people who are all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you was over there on Sir Ale. You can't come over. It's like, are you serious?
And see, that's what I want to know, because let me not come there.
Like, you're crazy.
Yeah,
right.
It's happened to us over and over and over, man. It's happened to us so many times. It's happened to us so many times.
And I'm like, if I see you with a content creator that I don't get along with, I don't judge you for that. That's my problem with if I don't like AR. I got a problem with AR. You ain't got the same problem with him. You shouldn't be like, oh, I can't go over to AR because Rico ain't gonna be. That's the stupidest shit in the world. But you got content creators who are dictating to their subscribers. If they see you in a chat of another content creator they don't like,
I did have smoke with them.
They're crazy.
Not no more.
They're crazy.
Well, I ain't got smoke for. Well, I won't say I don't have smoke for anybody, because that would definitely be a lie.
But
no, talking to the brother in the chat. I don't have smoke for Sir Ale.
Yeah, no, exactly. But you know, my smoke, I'd rather keep it to myself, because I really don't care to go there a lot. But I don't like what I see in these YouTube spaces. You know, I don't like the back and forth and the bickering and all of this shit that people are doing. Mm-hmm. It is so pointless to me. We are not getting anywhere.
Nope.
I mean, just if you just look at the other, you know, some people just feel with the whole, you know, the drama thing. Like the other dude that came up, he only came up because he believed there was going to be drama regarding Sir Ale.
Now, see, and that's the problem that I have. And see, this is why people have told me, because listen, I'm a moderator for a lot of different people's platforms, and I do it because I enjoy doing it, and I don't mind doing it. Sometimes the conversations are very cumbersome to me, you know, and I have to just bow out of it and moderate at a different time, because I don't want to sit for 3 and 4 hours to listen to a bunch of bullshit all the time. You know what I'm saying?
See,
I'm still trying to put everybody's.
I didn't let that get off. You know, he's a very smart dude, and when he wants to talk smart, he can talk smart. But I see him in that mode. That's why I said, okay, nah, we ain't playing this, because this is bigger than. I see where he was coming from.
Well, see, and you already know, because you've watched the history and you've watched these things unfold.
Yeah,
now I may not always be in the chat, but I'm watching.
He's a good dude. I mean, he was just trying to have my back, and so I don't want to just count him for that. But I didn't want him to get off, because that's not what we're about here. We're about trying to we can get the thing right. We can get it right. You know what I'm saying? So let's. In my opinion, I owe this man an apology. I owe AR an apology. I probably will do something with this stream if I keep it at all, because you know, or probably keep the last part of it where we kind of patch things up. But
I believe it's important to keep it up, though, because it does show that, hey, listen, there was a misunderstanding in how a grown man handles
exactly.
shit. I think it's important to keep it up. Like, you know, keep it, because Rico did not like me. I did not like Rico. Right?
I still don't like your ass.
That's normal.
Certain people.
That's normal.
But when I seen the disrespect that Black YouTubers are treating other Black YouTubers, I mean, it just made me. And I'm pretty sure Rico knows I go off, but it just really made me. I was like, no. I personally reached out to Rico and said, no, I can't have that. You know, I and there's a few other people that hate the Lapeef network or just dislike. And I reached out to him and said, hey, listen, man, you still ain't shit, but I don't wish harm on you, or you know, stuff like that, or your family or anything like that. And you know what? You know, I accept. I'm not gonna apologize, but I do accept your apology. No, but I apologize as well. And let's just
don't apologize.
I can't feel so much hatred anymore.
So, gentlemen, we can all agree. None of us are happy about the information we got about Kevin Samuels today.
Oh, no, of course not.
Even though some of us disagree with him, some of us disagree with him. We're not happy about that.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So,
absolutely not.
I just want to paint it like, because we get painted like, especially me and this brother right here in the red shirt, we get painted like we're just this evil, awful group of people, man.
I don't see you that way.
And I'll be perfectly honest. I still don't accept it to be true at this moment.
I really don't.
And it's a lot of people that don't. So
what I want to say, if you don't mind, real quick, is that, Brother Clarence, is that the issue is that there've been so much negative speaking about Kevin Samuels today. There are people that are celebrating. Thousands and thousands of YouTubers are celebrating.
I mean, actually celebrating.
Shout out OG Patrice.
Yeah.
And so that's when you came into the situation, it was already heightened.
But my thing is,
I believe Brother AR was there, so he knew what time it was. I think
you were there before.
He was there before.
My thing is you're right. Absolutely, there are thousands of people who are celebrating his demise, and that's just the nature of, if you're a polarizing figure, you're going to get that. I think it's fucked up, it's sick, it's twisted.
I think
he will not be the last polarizing figure that people will celebrate. They're going to celebrate the demise of Dick Cheney. They're going to celebrate the demise of Donald Trump. They're going to celebrate the demise of a lot of more fucking people who history has shown us. If you're polarizing, when you meet your demise, there will be some people who will be sad and far more people who will celebrate. We know that. So all I'm saying is, I still don't believe it because I don't accept it, because I haven't seen anything reputable. And I hope that this is just one big massive hoax, because I don't wish that, even though I disagree with like 90% of the shit he says. I don't think it's a fucking death sentence. I just wanted his platform to be gone, not him.
Yeah.
I wanted his platform to be gone, not him. I wanted his message to be gone, not him. Take the money you got and move on. That's what I wanted. And my thing is again, and if I'm wrong and it is his demise, it's only going to get slightly worse before it gets better. And what I think is probably the biggest problem is watch the fuckery and the Game of Thrones that occur, because as they say, power abhors a vacuum. So once that space is gone, and we were just talking about how fucked up YouTube is. Now watch what all these greasy ass Black YouTube content creators, as they try to get to the Iron Throne. Watch the way they start to slay and shit on each other, trying to get to the Iron Throne. Watch who's going to try to be House of Lannister, House of Stark, and the shit, whatever. Whoever, whether it's TLA, whether it's JT, whether it's Ant, it'll be people shit. It could be MTR, it could be Dennis Sperling, it could be whoever. I don't see another content creator out there who can remotely. Kevin caught lightning in a bottle off a viral moment.
Correct.
He wasn't even supposed to be at 1 million subs. It wasn't his message. It was a moment of virality.
You know what? Someone took his clip. They took it the way he don't like it. They took a clip of it and they stole it and they uploaded on World Star.
Yeah.
And it went viral. So someone took it. Right. So it was just the way he went viral, the way he blew up, and just way someone like that would need like they would need pull. They would need to be in movies. They would need to be an actual celebrity in order to make. He made it where, he made it past the process.
But what the problem is because they're going to be so eager to try to take his place, they're going to be shitting on each other trying to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to have these meaty, 200, 300,000 sub content creators that's going to be shitting on each other trying to get there, not realizing a lot of Kevin's popularity came from a viral moment. It came from the most fucked up website there is, World Star Hip Hop. If it wasn't for World Star Hip Hop, he wouldn't be Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
It had to come from World Star. And do you know what World Star Hip Hop is? That is the nigger of all nigger fucking websites, right, AR? The worst website for black people. The worst website for black people made him blow up.
Marcus, we trying to get out of here.
It literally did. It literally did. So the whole freaking point is, again, they're going to slaughter each other trying to get to the Iron Throne. And I'm going to sit back and laugh my ass off. I'm going to sit back and watch content creators shit on content creators trying to get bigger because his subs got to go somewhere. And that everybody wants to be there can't be another one. And even if there was another guy that was groomed as well spoken, articulate, and the talking points, you still need the viral moment. He couldn't do it without that viral moment. Somebody going to sit there and stage an average at best, but it's not going to work.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
I agree. They're going to try. All right, gentlemen. It's getting past my bedtime. So any final words, anything? I think I apologize to you, AR, but if I didn't, I apologize to you, brother. You're right. I shouldn't. I jumped the gun on that one, man. You know what I mean? Even though we got a point of contention, disagreement, I didn't have to shoot at you so quick. I appreciate you, brother, for soldiering up and coming over here and saying, "Hey, Clarence, what'd you do that for?" I like that. So
I was watching you. I was like, because I'm subscribed to you too. So I was watching. I was like, damn. What the?
Okay. I apologize about that, brother. I apologize.
And, I was trying to listen to Rico was talking shit. That's what I wanted to flame. I was waiting for Rico to talk shit.
The tension was high, right?
Vaughn, I appreciate you soldiering up, coming over here, brother. You can tell the crew over here that maybe I jumped the gun on some of the things I said about them because I don't even know them. Like,
no. You've already said it. I don't need to say anything else about it.
Okay.
No, I don't do that. Oh, well, he said this and that. No.
Let me say this.
You speak for yourself.
Brother AR, I apologize to the black side. Fuck your white side. Okay.
Hey man, we don't like you anyway. So
all right.
Man,
you know what I should have
said? How we're gonna end the program?
Anybody with some sense, Rico. Anybody with some sense.
What did I tell you, Rico?
Anybody with some sense.
Rico.
That would take Rico right out of the game.
You get your credit right, all right, Rico. Once you go white, you get your credit right, all right.
More years.
All right, I think I think this is a collective whoa, Bundy. And we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let everybody go. AR, I salute you, brother, for at least stepping up and say, "Oh, hey, brother Clarence, I got to challenge you on this." Appreciate you for that, and you did correct me. Thank you, brother Marcus, for encouraging me to be what I'm talking about being. Appreciate you, brother Vaughn. Appreciate you for coming over here and giving us the clarity. With the wisdom. Appreciate you,
sir.
Rico. I don't know why I appreciate you, brother. I gotta figure that out. I'll figure that out later.
Yeah, you got me on the fucking couch with the dog again.
Rico's
I'm
like,
on the couch with the dog.
Rico's the type of dude that we going to war? Let me get the van. You know what I'm saying? Rico's the dude ready to go get the van, right?
Get the liquor.
So I appreciate Rico, man. But he did talk me off the ledge a little bit, so I appreciate him for that. But gentlemen, I'm going to end this live stream. I appreciate it. What
Yes,
I got 2 questions. One question for Vaughn, one question for AR.
Yes,
AR,
sir.
do you think I should keep this stream up as is?
I honestly believe, and the reason why I believe it, you should, is because we all speak. It's not even that you made a mistake. We all speak in our truth at the moment. When we get clarity, if Sir Hill didn't come up, then I was like, okay, let's take it down till you speak to him. But he came up. I'm pretty sure he heard everything you said. He see the comment, but he came up. You're gonna speak in private with him. I think you should keep up to teach other people, including the other gentleman that came on, that we're fighting you're fighting a battle with people who we're all in the same pit. Like,
right.
You're just on a different side. So I personally believe you should keep it up, because it does show that, hey, listen, even in the heat of the moment, you can realize that, hold on, even though I'm right, even though you're right, Clarence, you feel like you're right, I can do it a different way. All right, cool. I think you should keep it up.
All right. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Vaughn, what do you think?
Hey, I would say the same thing. I mean, it shows a good example of how, 2 people can disagree and come back together and make that right somehow, through discussion. And a lot of times we cut each other off too quickly, because we're in our feelings, in our attitude. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think that it's a good thing. It would be a good example, excuse me, for people to see that this is how men do. This is how men conduct service. This is what men do. Kids argue with each other and fall out and, whine and cry,
Rico.
But when men get together, and even if we disagree, we know how to do that. And we know how to still make it right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that'd be a good example.
I appreciate both of you brothers.
Just cut the part out with me in it. I'm just kidding.
No, keep the part. No.
You don't want to make you made it right, man. You made it work right, man.
Hey, make a sound by the Von cussing, because that shit's like once in a fucking lifetime.
Yeah, I knew. Hey, Marcus, I knew we were in trouble when Von started cussing. I said, "Uh-oh."
End the show.
Brother Clarence, I think the stream with Sir Hill, that clip, and this, I believe, is so important, because this is exactly what's really needed in these YouTube. It is so needed, man. It's so needed for you to be in a heated moment, for Sir Hill to drop you off because maybe he's in an emotional state because, someone passed away that he cared about. And I didn't stick up and say, hey, listen, why you dropped him off? I just sat there, right? But now we're on the stream and y'all got everything. Me and you got it together. They got it together. And I believe that is I'm not going to mention no names, man, but this moment right here, if most people could be upset on these YouTube streets, and then in the middle of it, they was able to kind of like humble themselves and still believe they're right. Still believe they're right. Still think the other person's wrong, but say, you know what? For the better of Black people, let me fall back and let me accept the apology. It's so needed, man. And
I appreciate
you
that.
You know the other YouTubers I'm talking about, without mentioning all the other people's names, even though you're right, just fall back, create some different content. So I think this stream is so important. And man, I wish other people could have that type of wisdom.
Salute to Lady Hill.
Hopefully I didn't disrespect
you, Lady Hill. Hopefully I didn't disrespect you, because I was hot at the men over there, but I never wanted to disrespect you, Lady Hill.
Lady May, what up, man? How you doing?
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, fellas. I'm gonna drop you guys down. I'm gonna work it out with my crew. Appreciate you, AR. You welcome anytime, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Right, sir. Good night.
Brother Vaughn, you welcome anytime, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. All right, Marcus, you got any last words, man, before we got to get out of here? These dinosaurs got to get to sleep, brother.
Hey, man, I'm going to do this real quick. I appreciate everything. I'm glad that you guys were able to work it out. I know you still got some other stuff to work on the back end with Clarence. I appreciate you letting me up on here. This just shows the difference between real men and petty men, and I salute to you guys, and I appreciate you guys, because you guys are an example. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Marcus. And Marcus.
Yeah.
You got to get a dummy page so I can give you a wrench, man. Okay.
I got you. So I just got to make another different account, right?
Yeah. Just make an account. Just make a page, because I have to put that into that page. I have to put in before they'll let you be a moderator. I have to put your page in there. So if you don't have a page,
get rid of that strike. Get rid of that strike.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. All right, brother. I'm gonna put you down, Marcus. Okay, Mr. Dinosaur.
Man, oh man. Do you have any idea what time it is on the East Coast?
Oh man, what time is it?
It's Friday fucking morning.
1:38.
Yes, sir. And we're gonna have to stop these late night streams. People gonna start to talk about us.
Hey man, you know what? I feel good because number one, we squashed the situation. Number two, I know that if I have to go get somebody to go get the van, pack the van and come with the van, I know I got somebody that's coming with the van. And that's good. Lance, you sure? I'm ready to go get the van. You sure? Yeah, we good. We good. Thank you, Mr. Young. I appreciate you, brother. And like I say, any final words?
No, I mean it's good that, like you said, we're learning how to settle our disagreements with all parties, and we get to settle them on our terms. So, we don't bend the knee, we don't compromise our values and beliefs.
No.
And as long as we stay rock solid with that, you get me to soften, my edge and my position some when I need to, and I get you to toughen yours when you need to. Because goddamn, when I came into this stream, I thought I was listening to me the way your ass was. I was like, who the
man.
I said, that
I can go there, Rico. I can go there. That's why I hide that so much, man. I know I can go there. I can go there.
I was like, I like it. I like it.
I can go there, man. If they pinch me too hard, brother, I can go there.
Yeah,
so I don't want to do that, man.
but we definitely need to leave this stream up, so when anybody start fucking with me about, oh, bro, Clarence, I can point them right to this stream. Go see the beginning of that stream. You gonna know what you fucking with, and and don't even change the title of it either. I like the title, Sir Ale SKeetz or something. It was a funny spin.
I was out of my mind, Rico. I was hot.
No, it's good though. But like I said, it's a good reminder to let people know, like I always say, we're just not to be fucked with. That's it. That's it. We're not bad guys. We're just not to be fucked with. And I knew it was guys like that when I was growing up.
We're not tough guys. We ain't running around here talking about how tough we are. Or, you better just leave us alone.
That's it. That's it. But definitely leave it up.
I was, Risa. I was out of my mind, Risa. I was out of my mind.
I think it'll get us
about us osmosis. That's okay. They've been talking about us, so that's okay.
Like my mama told me, they talked about Jesus. I know they talk about me.
Yeah,
so, It was a good stream. A little too damn long. You got it off your chest, and
I'm
obviously
trying to put you in the bed, but you keep on talking.
No, I gotta say the good thing about it is, I guess the next couple of days we will walk a little bit gingerly around, the unfortunate demise of Mr. Samuels. If in fact it is true, because I ain't seen anything to verify it.
No, you know what made me think it's pretty true is because I was watching TJ stream, and TJ said her Facebook group contacted his family, and his family was telling her that it was a definite. So but not. It hasn't been officially verified.
Right, and I'm just I out of respect, yes, I'm avoiding saying anything, but I'm not going to say something disingenuous or something untrue just because to make up nothing crazy, like, oh, I think he was the greatest person in the world. No, because I don't believe that.
I think that you had landed, Patrice, when you put in the greetings and salutations. I already saw you had landed, but I was gonna ask you anyway. But I'm glad you did land safe. You need to get you some sleep, girl, because I might have to pull you in one of these streams Saturday or Sunday. You're not visiting. But shout out to OG Patrice. Thank God she landed safely, brother. She got in good. Okay.
So that's the good thing about it is it's just for the next few days, we'll avoid speaking about the young man at all.
Agreed.
So like anybody ask me, no comment.
We're not gonna talk about none of these cats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
no comment.
They try to come over here and try to push the issue because now they're gonna probably try to come over here and try to start some shit. So we just
no
not
comment.
gonna talk about these cats. Yeah.
And you do me a favor. You stay the fuck off them damn streams for the next week.
I will, man. I will. I promise. I don't care what they say about the nation, Malcolm, anything. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it alone, brother. I'm not even gonna do it. Because I didn't even have an issue with Kevin. I wouldn't even talk about him. So
look, I'm gonna tell you like your mom and daddy told you, keep your motherfucking ass in the house. There you go.
Stay on the porch.
Keep your ass in the house, and we good.
All right, brother. All right, man. Let me let you go so I can wrap this thing up.
All right, I'll touch in with you tomorrow, brother.
Check in with you, brother. Priest. Thank you, sir. All right, y'all. That was Rico Young. He's in the house. All right. Crazy night tonight, y'all. Crazy night tonight. I go on Sir Ale. I get booted out of there. I call Rico. No, I didn't call Rico. I knew if Rico saw me streaming, he would come up. I knew he would, especially if he saw me hot, he would come up. So Rico saw me on the stream. He came up. What you need, brother? I got the van. I'm ready to go. Clarence, what we doing? You know what I mean? He ain't even asking no questions, right? What we doing? Where we going? Right? You need a friend like that, man. You need a friend like that. Shout out to Rico Young. Rico came up. Who else came up? Brother Marcus came up. He was there with me on Sir Ale Speaks. AR came up. Can you believe AR came up? I called him out of his name. I don't even know this man. He came up and said, "Hold on, wait a minute." He gave me a chin check. I deserved that. He gave me a little chin check, and so but in my opinion, we squashed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know this man to be calling him out of his name like that. So, but he told me how he felt about it. I told him how I felt about it, and then ultimately I apologized to the brother because I did call him out of his name, and as well as some of the other brothers over there, and apologize to them as well. Through Vaughn, if you know what I'm saying. And then Sir Ale came on in person. He came on. He said, "Brother, let that go. Don't even trip on that, man. That was all me." He was man enough to step up on that one. So, you know what I mean? So shout out to Sir Ale for that. Shout out to Vaughn. Shout out to AR. Who else came up? Mr. Real Estate came up. And I saw where Mr. Real Estate was going. Shout out to Mr. Real Estate. I saw where he was going, but I didn't want him to do that because we were having such a productive conversation. I didn't want that to stop. So I knew but shout out for Mr. Real Estate. He's another dude that will go get the van. So he's another dude that'll go get the van. So shout out to Mr. Real Estate. If you're out there, brother, I need to talk to you. When you get a chance, you can hit your brother up next live stream. And let's have a conversation. Who else came through? I think that's everybody that came through. So everybody had a solid performance. Rico solid, Marcus solid as always. Vaughn solid. Vaughn is solid everywhere he goes. AR solid, man. That was a G move to come up here and say, "Hey, bro, what's up?" That was the G move. I like that. Sir Ale came up. Another G move. He came up and he said, "Hey, bro, don't even trip on that. That was all on me. Hit me up." Because I said, "Hey, man, I want to talk to you personally." And I know he didn't have time for that tonight. So I said, "Let me talk to you behind the scenes later." But he came up, he soldiered up. All these cats came over here and stood tall. And I guess that's what AR was talking about. We need to show how things can get out of hand, but if we have the humility to back off for just a minute, we can come together and say, "Oh, okay, I see how this misunderstanding happened. This happened this way, this happened that way." Okay, yeah. Because I really didn't have no problems with none of those guys over there on Sir Ale Speaks. Hell, I used to watch Sir Ale every morning. So I didn't have no problem with Sir Ale at all, really. I'm one of his subscribers, so I don't really have a problem with him. And I think he knows that. And anyway, so, and what's the best news we found out tonight? Patrice got in. Patrice got into where she was going safe and sound, right? Patrice got in safe and sound. We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to call her and find out, hey, did you get in, Patrice? Did you get in, Patrice? She let us know she got in. So, you know, she can go and party, do whatever she's going to do. And, you know, I'll be hitting her up for some advice later. I'll make another mistake, and I have to go see OG Patrice to help me straighten it out. See, I got people on my team, man. But Patrice is a fixer, bro. She is a literal fixer. She's the kind of person that can help you get some things done. Rico is the dude with the van. Mr. Real Estate is the dude with the van. And you know, we got some people out here that can make some things happen. Okay. Anyway, it's almost 11 o'clock out here in Los Angeles, California. Nice, cool evening. And, you know, hopefully, you know, Mr. Samuels, if it's true about him, he didn't suffer or he didn't have any problems or anything like that. He didn't have an issue, but none of us have an issue. Even Rico, I know Rico talks tough, but Rico would never wish nothing like that on a dude. He may disagree with the dude, had an issue with him, but he would never wish nothing like that on a dude. But anyway, we out of here. We will see y'all on the next broadcast. It'll probably not be, might be one tomorrow, maybe seeing how I feel, but definitely Saturday, definitely Sunday, the regular broadcast, Black History Minute, Saving the Black Boys, Job of the Week. You guys know how we do it. You say you got to watch the replay, Patrice? Yeah, you got to watch the replay. It was a mess. It was a mess. Your brother lost his mind for just a hot second. I told you I'm a Taurus, Patrice, and if you get these horns coming out of me, it's gonna be a nightmare. All right, shout out to all of y'all, man. Thank y'all for having your brothers back. Brother Osmosis say, "Oh man, just saw Hellstream. You was gone quick." Yeah, man. Woo, man. They did me like a bad joke, man. They had me out of there, brother. And I was hot because I you know, but I explained it. Watch this whole stream, and I explained it several times, and then y'all see. Okay, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Peace.